let's begin. Okay.
I can feel you mentally put on the DM.
Yes.
The Dragon show outfit that you have.
When last we left our adventurers, we were doing some pre-session talk. No, I'm kidding. So, just a couple of things to talk about before we jump in. This should go relatively quickly, but it might be kind of one-sided. Yeah. Just so you guys know, pre-session talks. Because this came up, I'm going to talk about it here. Homework. Now, do you guys remember with session 0 when I was like, hey, you guys have some homework to do. Here's this stuff to fill out and to get back to me when you can before the session. And then Dan was the only one to do it. So, it happened again. Yeah. It happened again. It happened again. But during the week, you guys usually have some free time at some point, right? You're playing video games or you're watching videos, you know, you're not thinking about your character, you're pooping, maybe when you're, I don't know, stuck behind the ferry or something, right? Well, you guys are doing everything but thinking about D&D. I am doing nothing but. Now, that's on me, obviously, because I'm trying to curate and plan and trying to come up with something that's going to be fun. So, on the few instances where I say, hey, could you please give out, or like do some homework, please don't run it down to the very last, like, possible moment to do the thing, right? All it's gonna do is make me have to do a fucking scramble, and it's gonna create this sort of, like, rushedness. For an example, last week, there were a couple of folks that didn't respond to my requests until we were about to start. When we were starting, I had to scramble to catch up this production that I'm also doing on the side of us playing in our sessions. And so I was like, oh, I have to do the pings, I have to adjust stuff like that. And then I ended up being distracted by that, being distracted by the gameplay, and also like missing out. Uh-oh. You got this, don't worry, it'll take forever. No, but missing out on some pretty key roleplay in session that I deeply regret, and ultimately I ended up like having a baby cry. No, ultimately I ended up like kind of disregarding something that should have been incredibly important and character building. So that's been on my fucking head like the whole week. Basically, I realize I'm asking a lot of you guys, but trust me, that little bit of extra like attention and engagement with this outside of session can make what we do in session so much like more than just you guys observing the game and then waiting for your turn for your quippy one-liners. You know what I mean? Like the little bit of engagement that you guys can do whenever I do ask for it, throughout the week gives me time to plan. It basically, it's just like we've spent a lot of time being able to be just audience members, and I don't want that for this game because that's just not the game that I want to run this time. And I've tried to say it throughout the weeks and even pre-game, and so please understand that this is why, because just that little bit more of engagement will elevate this game to like a higher thing than just you guys waiting for your turn to slash your swords. You know what I mean? Also, if you can't commit, it's totally okay. You don't have to play. No hard feelings. Kyle's campaign comes up in 38 weeks. So there's that. Any thoughts on that? Kyle, Josh, Dan, Amanda?
That's a funny aspect of life that I don't have right now.
Right. I mean, like I said, you take shits, you're on your phone. This is the most accessible this game has ever been. Dan, your mic just all of a sudden switched, I think, and there's a lot of air. Oh, that was weird.
It's a fan.
Oh. It was weird. It didn't pick it up until all of a sudden. But I mean, like, again, this is the most accessible this game has ever been. There's apps, there's like even their web page on your phone, it has a mobile version. Just saying, like, we all could edge out this much time to do just the smallest things. Like, I'm not asking you guys to like
Docs,
or Google Docs, yeah.
blurbs.
Like, again, I'm not asking you guys to like give up 7.5 hours a day. I'm just saying, like, if there's something that I'm like, hey, could you do this before? Like, running it down to the clock, man. Boy, oh boy, that's a rough one. But I do appreciate the feedback. If I'm asking too much, like I said, I love you all very much, and I will be happy to play with you when it's the next turn, if we can. So, if that's
I
it,
think we'll get to a conclusion, a story conclusion within your 38 weeks.
no. And I had said that from the beginning too, is that because this one, I'm playing this as if it's an unbounded campaign. I want to see how far you guys can get on your own, because milestone XP, I'm kind of done with that, because everybody has a different idea of when they should be getting a level up. You know what I mean? And I'm not, nah, that's fine. I'd rather be based off of your guys' proactivity. So the more you guys do, the faster you guys level up. You know what I mean? And that way you guys can defeat the bad guys. Narratively speaking, I think it'll end up being open-ended. There's a couple of beats where you guys could end on a pretty decent cliffhanger in 38 weeks. But I don't think you guys will actually, like, solve the world's problems. Because we're like I said last week, we're a quarter of the way through, and you guys just got out of the town. But I'm also not pushing you guys towards anything like I did at the end of my last campaign, where it was like, oh, well, time's coming up. All right, now here's a battle, and here's a battle, and here's flying on a dragon, and here's a battle. All right, bye. You know what I mean? Because that's not satisfying. I would rather.
Pretty satisfying, though.
I'd rather it end on a question mark than you guys just be like, all right, what's the next thing we're gonna do for tonight? Who knows? And maybe when it comes back to my turn, assuming, you know, that you guys even care to play these players anymore, we'll see.
What did I miss?
If you can't keep up with my demands, then get out.
If you handle him and his worst, you don't deserve him at his best.
Yep.
Till death do us part.
Right. But yeah, that's as it goes now. If you like, as far as the trajectory of how far I think we're gonna get, you guys spent a whole session under a cart in a rainstorm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. If I'm basing it off of session 10, then sure, you guys got to the first like unlocking. If I'm basing it off of session 13, nah, man. But you guys have made like good progress. You got a lot of hooks for a lot of things that you can do. Just depends on what your characters would do or what you think your characters where they should go. The ball is in your court. But with that, unless there's any other thoughts.
I mean, I'm totally cool with coming to a conclusion where we're all satisfied, not necessarily like, well, see you in 3 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I assume that naturally it'll come to something like that. But I don't know if it will be satisfying for your character or satisfying for one of these plots that we've got going on here. Because that actually kind of does bring me to a thing that I was thinking about yesterday. Not to sidetrack too much, but the notes that you guys are taking, I don't know what they are, right? So I don't know with the dial of obvious and subtle and where the needle is at on that on that meter, because I think that I've given you guys the at least 3 big question marks to follow and to suss out, and a direction to go. And so that's what I'm like, that's what I think. There's a bunch of little filler question marks there that you guys might get to or might not, and that's fine. But there's 3 big ones that I thought, but I don't know where your guys' notes are. And so I don't know where your guys' heads are at as far as what you think this adventure is. If you guys have any feedback on that, man, that would be wonderful to learn.
That would be a good time for us to do like a group powwow of
Right.
where we all maybe go through our notes, or just by the days.
Right.
We'll have to think about that some more, but
Snapchat.
yeah,
Snapchat.
Going through different key notes of things and seeing what we should pursue or not.
Yeah.
So when I was really upset a couple weeks ago, I rage quit the Snapchat group. So I don't really know where to go with that from here.
Well, once you're out, sort of things.
Okay, cool. I don't mind.
You gotta
I mean-
plug you back in.
To be fair, I
Gotta
totally
want you back in.
to be fair, I 100% asked Bruno. I was like, "Hey man, when your when your schedule and shit opens back up, let me know." It's not like a permanent thing, but also,
And then that'll give Ricky what he wants, and he won't have to play anymore.
Thank God.
right? All right, Ricky, if you're keeping tally, we're up to 15 now. So,
This session.
if that's the end of the pre-session talks, like I said, that was kind of forward, it was kind of direct, but also it's something that was on my mind a lot this last week, and so that is what that is. Now, if you would like, we can get back into the recap of what was happening last week. So, after the defeat of the Dire Troll and its Knoll bandit gang, the team continued their travels east towards Karan, the last great city, as we all know. While traveling through the heavy rainstorm, they took shelter under a wagon that they had found and repaired. Something. Deus was plane shifted to the Feywild. Keksi, Kaioken, and the gang tried to figure out a way to get him back, or at least to go and get him. But to no avail. Meanwhile, Deus tried to navigate his way through a foreign terrain that he was only vaguely aware of, encountering a Cyclops, which he quickly tricked into being indebted to him. With his new partner, he made his way back to the Prime Realm, where they had gotten, and the Cyclops had learned what sleep was. That is a very quick recap, because I wanted to jump immediately to Deus. I have a question for you, Deucey. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there.
Are we doing session goals first? Or?
Oh, yeah, we should probably do that. I always forget to put that in my pre-session talks. But yeah, let's actually... Alright, so, good thing we had those pre-session talks. Let's talk about goals now. Let's start with Amanda. Yep. Are you looking at the camera? I'm right next to you. So, she's looking at the camera going, no. Yeah. I watched her look at me. Fine, then. We will start with Kyle. Since you want to bring it up. What?
Because I made a lot last session.
You made a lot?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's start with what ones did you accomplish? Do you remember the ones that you accomplished?
No, we did that. We did the ones we accomplished.
Yes, we did. I was going to ask if you replaced those, because remember, we're keeping a cap of like 3, right? Yeah, you remember talking about that, right? We were like, We were like, hey, this is getting out of hand, so let's just cap it at 3, huh?
All right, well, let's pick 3 out of these.
All right.
I got summon a steed. Don't fight. Don't get into a fight with the party. Get a new weapon. Give me armor. Enter a town without fighting to get it in the town. Get a new quest. Remove exhaustion. Stay friends with Cyclops.
Okay, what are the 3?
All I need are 3, man.
Why do you say you have all these ideas? What are
Yeah.
Cyclops side, teach Cyclops something.
Cool. He had to get the last ones out. He couldn't not.
Well, I just said let's pick 3.
You pick 3, and then you pick 3. We'll get right back to you. So, Daniel San.
Okay, so the one that I completed was tell a story from my past for my session goal. My
Right.
new session goal is find Deus.
Perfect.
And then my other 2 for session is roll an at 20 and
Yes.
find a mount / beast of burden.
Gorgeous.
Short term. I completed teach someone something.
Yes.
And then for my new one, it's
Sorry.
teach someone to cook troll meat.
Teach someone to cook troll meat.
Yeah, since
All
I've
right.
mastered it in my mind, I don't know if
Sure. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
If I can
Yep.
get basically the meta contingency is like if I can get someone to make the same multi-attack meal,
Right.
that's it. If they don't do it, then I don't get it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Beanicus.
And that's it for me.
Then in that case, Kyle, have you picked the 3 yet?
Yeah, I'm morphing ones into themselves. Can I change one to a personal goal? Remove exhaustion. Like, figure out what's going on. with that.
Yes, that would be great because that is deeply personal.
So I'm gonna push that up. Move that on my new personal. For my 3 short torm.
Short Torm? It's Torm. It's the hand. Oh,
Friendly activity with Cyclops.
right. What about
And
Bane?
acquire new.
And acquire a new what? Weapon and armor?
Just equipment. Acquire new.
Oh.
So anything.
Perfect.
So and then I guess that'd be 3 if we're just doing 2 short term and 1 personal.
I think that is entirely doable in a session. Perfect. Jesh,
Aye, Captain.
what you got, man?
All right. I have get back to Koran.
Right.
Share a rumor with the party. Become
Doubly
friends
right.
with the Party.
Oh,
I
that
also
one's
have-
impossible, but all right.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I had last week.
Like, who's
I
this
also have-
friendly fuck?
I will heal those who need it, whether my party or others. I will defend one of my friends. I will share my wisdoms with those who seek it.
I see. Well, I certainly hope that they go to where he is. Right.
I do as well.
So, Hobbits. Yep, nope, that's not where the... Yep, there it is.
This is a different laugh.
I feel like such a dummy. Okay.
What do you got there?
So my session goal that I completed last session was confront the Autumn Fae person, which was Deus. So that one's done. Short-term goal was to find my spring contact. That's done.
Which you did.
And so I'm gonna remove those now.
All right, and you're replacing your session goal with...
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Rushing me. It's
All
gonna
right.
get-
I'll do you one better if you want. I can just come back to you. Unless you know what they're going to be.
Yeah, come back to me.
Right. You know, if you don't want to play but you don't have to. So, Ricky.
Ricky's rubbing off on me.
what do you got, man?
For which one?
For your goalie goals.
Which ones I completed last time?
Yeah, if you still have those, then yeah, go ahead and let me know which ones you completed. Because we never do those goals post-session. Like, we never do them while I'm recording. So
Okay.
it's not too bad to, like, kind of throw them in here in the very beginning.
So I don't remember. I didn't roll a crit. We didn't fight anybody, so I didn't kill an enemy. I did learn something new unknown to me though, which was I have not personally the ability, but I have the ability to like upgrade myself.
Yes, very much so.
Definitely didn't know that before. Short term was like learn something new from my master, so that was sort of like in that as well too. And then one of the things that I missed from like my other ones was gain favor of my party members, because I feel like even though we've been traveling together, we're still all kind of like very much separated.
Yes, the party cohesion has not been set yet. It's true.
Been reaching out, and again, this is something that I made recently, so I'm not counting it as like before. Like I gave Keksi the repeating crossbow. I fixed Deus's sword as a way to reach out to him, and then also one of my long-term goals, this would be sort of like another one that I had a question on, was finding out what happened to my master, to where he basically revealed that he shares his body with me, like this one was made for him sort of thing.
Right. Yes.
That was one of my long-term ones.
Well, fuck, man. Keep those in mind, and then at the end we can tally up all of that experience, because I mean, I know we played kind of late last week, but yeah, those definitely those alone probably would have pushed everybody over the level. But you'll get some. Keep those there. Just keep like a star or whatever on them, whatever you want to do for that, so that way at the end of tonight we can go through and give you the experience for all of those, because yeah, you racked up a hefty sum right there, my man.
So there was that, and the new ones that I added for my personal goal was learn how to cook, because I actually rolled pretty well into that stat when you had us do that, and that hasn't been something that I've tried or needed to do since I don't eat. Befriend an enemy, which I thought might be a good one. And then find a personal purpose, which I think will be a really hard one, since we're not that far into we're not in that sort of part of the story.
Those are very good. Yeah, keep what you got there. Let's see how far you can get with some of those, because I like them. I like all of those very much so. Those are huge character builders, a lot of them. All right. Well, all eyes on you.
I have a question about the repeating crossbow. What was that? What was that under? Was that specified in as like a certain item, or?
It should be in your inventory. Actually, I think I placed it in your inventory. There should be.
I saw like a regular crossbow or a light crossbow. Is that just?
Keep going.
Repeating crossbow. There it is. Okay, I missed it.
No, you're good.
So a repeating crossbow, it's a magic item that grants +1 to attack, and damage rolls with it. So you get a
yes.
+1 to your roll to hit, and then +1 to damage.
Okay,
and then you don't have to reload.
I just wanted to make sure it was in my inventory, and I
Are you using it? 'Cause I'll take it back. I'll take back the infusion, so you just keep the crossbow.
I haven't been able to use it yet since I've gotten it, unless you mean to just wildly fire it into the sky.
To be fair, the way that it works best is if you have multiple attacks, because then you can just shoot and shoot again. Just throwing that out there. That's the whole purpose of the repeater.
I know. I was, because it's called a repeating crossbow. When I looked at my crossbows, it wasn't up there with them, because it's by sorted by, you know what I mean, like alphabetically.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just, it wasn't up there, so I missed it. But anyways, okay, back to my notes. I have a question. So, would finding Deus be like a short term or a session goal? What do you think?
Would that be something you would think that you could do in a session? Would be to find days? Because last time you guys went to go look for him, and you were planning, so that might be a short-term goal.
Yeah, I just have like 3 short-term goals already, and I'm trying to like space things out so I have like 3 and 3 in each instead of having like 20.
Right.
Kyle.
So
20. I had 3.
nice. I see that smile.
Okay. How about instead? Okay, so I'm going to make one of my session goals to read that tome battle. And then I'll make the short-term goal finding Deus, so I have an even number. Okay. So
Works for me.
session goals, reach the X on the map that we were originally going to, but now I'm kind of thinking we probably aren't going to make it that far since we're probably going to be looking for Deus. I really do want to make it to Karen. If we could make it to Karen, I have some ideas.
I'm glad that you spelled it Karen.
Is that right?
No. It's CA''RAN. But
Whatever. Fuck
eh,
you.
it is what it is.
It's good enough.
So land of people asking to speak to managers.
Yep. No, everyone's a manager there.
So, session goals. I'm just gonna kind of renege on the map. I want to make it to Karen. Read the tome of battle tactics. Short term, is going to be meeting back up with Aurelian. Is it Aurelian? Did I say that right? Okay, good. And make a defense. Make like either be a defense or attack plan with him.
Right. Yeah, the battle tactics.
And then still want to succeed with Shield Warrior because that fucking happened. And that's pretty much it. My long-term like personal goal is
That should be your long-term personal goal.
Yeah.
Right? It feels like it.
Alright.
Yeah,
Points.
that's pretty much it for right now. That's all I could think of.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's roll for initiative. No, I'm kidding. No,
It's like,
no,
yes,
no,
let's do
no.
it.
No, you guys will probably just end up eating each other anyways. This would be great. 16. Wow. That's good. So
I got a hair trigger on that, man.
believe me, I feel it. I say let's roll for initiative, and I watch everybody just go rigidly still. Like, is he fucking with us or? All right. So actually, first, what we're gonna do is we're going to just meet up with Deus first. Deus, question for you. When last we left Deus, the Cyclops was asking you what this feeling was. You realized he was feeling sleepiness, as he had basically been running pretty much since he made the deal. You decided to do the sideways head shuffle and take shelter underneath this hulking creature, right? Did you take your armor off or not?
I did not roleplay that. I took it off. No.
Right. Would Deus have taken his armor off? Keep in mind you were in a rainstorm.
He would, yeah.
He would have. So, you did take your armor off. You climbed underneath this giant Cyclops, and then you went to bed, right?
I always thought they smelled better on the outside.
Huh?
That's what I always thought they smelled better on the outside.
Nice. So, could you do me a favor and roll me a Constitution save? Because you pretty much were just like semi-naked, laying in like puddles underneath a guy. Cool. So you do save yourself from gaining a second level of exhaustion, but you're gonna wake up incredibly uncomfortable. But there's a reason why for that. No, go ahead. You're welcome. So there is a reason for that. Why you're gonna be incredibly uncomfortable. Because you're gonna wake up with yourself being held as this Cyclops is making his way.
Oh God.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Good morning.
Yeah. Sick. Let me put this fucking music back on. Joke's on you. Ooh. That's nice. I like this.
Rain, wind, windy rain.
Rain, windy rain. As you come to, he's not like, he doesn't have you in like squeezed in his grip like he did before. He has you like in like that football hold, right? Yeah, yeah.
Is he like straddling his
He's like,
forearm?
he's like this, and he's like cradling your top half in his hand, and then like your feet dangle off and like split either side of his arm, right? As he's kind of hunched over, keeping you protected, and you still don't have your armor on. So inventory wise, you should probably unequip your armor. As he's going to be moving with you, trying to be very careful. Do you say anything as you awake?
Good morning, friend.
Oh, hello. How you doing there, little Eladrin?
You mind if you set me down so I can equip my armor?
Well, here's the thing, boss. I don't really get paid by the hour, and, you know, the weird thing is I woke up and you were a different person. As you feel his thumb press into your back a little bit.
Oh, yes, ow.
He's gonna give you a little bit of a grapple. Unless you want to try to fight him on it, he's gonna grapple you.
Better not.
You wanna fight him or no?
I better not.
Right. So he kinda, you see, like, he's got you, but he's doing a very threatening, like, right, so there's a couple of things that I should have made clear. And as he's walking,
Totally.
you smell like autumn. And that's fine. That's why I trusted you, you see. But you thought that I was an idiot. Now I might be dumb, but I ain't stupid. When I woke up and saw you in your shiny armor, but you didn't have the same face on, I knew you's tricked me. So, between that and this is me pretending like he's walking, I'm not jerking off, I promise. So, he's like, here's the thing. I'm gonna give you one chance, and one chance only, before the completion of this deal, where I keep you safe, get you to your friends, your companions, to be specific, and then crush you and all of them. To tell me the truth. Why'd you lie? Who are you, if you're not an Autumn Eladrin? And what exactly are you planning on when we get there, friend?
You mind if, it's hard for me to breathe.
Right, that's on purpose. But at least I'm keeping you dry.
I don't know who I am anymore. You're right. I don't just... This whole life of mine, I've just been a lie, like I've been to you. I think I'm just trying to get day by day now.
That wasn't so hard now, was
He
it?
openly starts bawling.
Right. Right.
Like it's all coming out of him now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One sec here. Let me do a little roly roll here.
Come.
Come sail away.
Let's see. I'm gonna do just a little bit of a roll. Just gonna do. Oh yeah. Oh, perfect. He's like, look, and he kind of like, you'll feel that thumb and the pressure come off of your back, and his other hand will come around and kind of like he's got you in like this weird hug now, right? And he's like, right, I understand. There we go. Let it out. Let it out. Look, if you had smelled like a spring or a summer, I'd have killed you right on the spot. But here's the thing, my friend. I made a deal. Technically speaking, I don't know if I made a deal with you, but my word's as good as any. You should know I'm not that stupid. But we have been traveling for the better half of a day. I'm just real sneaky. My name's Brenna. What's your name? Brena, if you're keeping notes.
Yeah, sure. My name's Deus. I was raised by Autumn Eldrin,
That makes sense.
but I really don't know what I am anymore. As he like tries to pull out his hair, because I don't think he knows what the hell Asmar is,
Right. Right.
because he race changed.
Yep. Yep. Here's the thing.
I used to be something that could change my body as much as I wanted.
Oh yeah. Met a bunch of you. Failings is what we call them.
Well, I never knew the name. My parents found me, or I was dropped off, or I don't really care about my birth parents, but
Right. Well, here's what I do know. Is that you tricked me, albeit temporarily, out of the Fae. Now I'm feeling feelings that I've never felt before. If you get my meaning. I'm tired and I'm hungry. You know, I've never had to eat a day in my life.
you don't have to eat in the Phalanx?
I've never had to. I have when I've wanted to, but I've never had to. See, that's the thing about all of this. Some of us, when we stay in a place where we're born, we just get fed. No problems.
I miss my mom.
Right. Well, you're gonna want to man up. Put your big boy pants on when we get to where we're going. Looks like I can see the end of the storm. And if you look over, you can actually see he's traveling. Let's see. The storm is blowing in from your right to your left, right? To your right, you can see the end of the clouds. And it's coming up. I mean, you probably got the rest of this day, give or take, before this storm will be basically past you. Quick question. Did Kaioken explain? I believe I remember Kaioken literally explaining how long the storm would take to the rest of the group when he did his survival check. Was I right about that?
Yeah, I said 2 to 3 days.
Right. So, you've only experienced roughly about a day's worth of rain. Roll me an investigation check.
Could have been worse.
One sec. Oh. Yeah. So, even with the 10, putting the pieces together, Kaioken said roughly 2 to 3 days, and that dude is basically nature incarnate. That means that you've lost about a day and a half worth of time.
I'm so hungry and thirsty.
Right. All of the good berries that you had are gone. Like they've back into
I
whatever.
feel like I had 13 good berries that are now gone.
Right. So you're hungry. You're on the verge of exhaustion, right? You have 1 point. You were on the verge of that death spiral continuing. So what would you like to do as he's like, well, the way I see it, gonna have to find shelter one way or another. Otherwise, I may have to eat you before I'm able to complete my deal. Because I'm getting mighty hungry there, boss.
Granite, this world, and there's a whole abundance of water and food. We just have to find it.
Have you got anything on you?
You know, I fucking wish I did. Because I'm just as hungry as you.
Right. Well, you guys are in rolling plains at this point. You, just to give you a kind of a notion, not that you would necessarily know this, but you guys are likely here. Oh, wait. Hold on. You guys are the red circle. Are likely here. Up at the top, up here. You're on the border of the Deadwoods. So to your left, just on the horizon line, like a little bit in from the horizon line, you can see where the wood grows dead. The gray lands go beyond this point, and it basically looks like spooky, scary skeletons living there. As far as that goes back. Gray, dark, gloomy. There's shadows, like in the sky itself just looks shadowed. He's like, right, well, should we go hunting then?
That sounds like a damn good idea, Bruno.
Alright, boss. Roll me a survival check, if you could. And I'll say that that's going to be you guys looking for some foodsies. Okay. Well, we'll get back to you. So, the rest of the group. We awaken. One quick point of reference. I need to show you all something. My penis. No. Here is the doodle pad. So, I took the liberty of creating some things for you guys that I figured you may need. The first thing on the top left is what the keyhole to the strongbox looks like. I described it as the horde symbol, and this is what it looks like. This is the keyhole. So there's the slot inside of this strongbox. If you look at the strongbox, that's what it is. It's long, rectangular, made out of metal. There's no like bezels or anything like that. The second thing is the symbol on the goblet. So there's a goblet, not a gauntlet. It looks like a pretty nice chalice made out of white gold with red rubies in the side of it. And then on the bottom of it is this symbol with it looks like a falcon foot, like a raptor claw, with 4 toes. The 3 scrolls that you guys found, there are 2 here's like the heraldic like fucking wax seal that keeps them sealed, is 2 axes, and then the shield with the circle and 10 or 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, the 10 pointed star on it. And if we scroll down, the map. Because those were a couple of things that I described, but I want to make sure that you guys kind of have. So if you want to take a screenshot, do whatever, I'm going to leave this up on the doodle pad for the moment, for the time being. So there is that. But in that case, we are going to go ahead and drop you sons of my mother bitches. Yeah. This is the outside of the thing. You guys are all just going to be just chilling right here, chilling with my nomies. But this is what the outside of the campsite is going to look like. As we kind of descend in on the next day. you all awaken. Before anybody does anything else. Josh,
Yeah.
I need you to roll me a 2d6.
Very 2d6.
Do it now. I assume you're rolling it in. Yep. Okay. So, Xixis, you don't sleep, right?
Nope.
What do you do in your because you're like the only watch at this point, right? Everybody else said that they were going to bed. It was super, super late. Nobody wanted the exhaustion. And so what do you do while do you just like sit there? Do you make conversation with, this is before anybody wakes up. Do you make conversation with Absalon or anything at all?
I feel like how the last session ended, it was just sort of like that took me a while sort of thing. So while everybody else fell asleep, I was kind of doing that and continued on with that.
Okay. So when that completes and it turns on and it starts vibrating and whatnot, and Absalon's like, "So you have done it. This is great. Good job, Xixis. Now I know you're not a complete idiot. This is great. Perfect. Congratulations. When I think you are ready, I will tell you the next upgrade that I had planned for you. But you should try to get back to the lab. My laboratory has everything I need to not have to steal this body. Which I will do. Also, technically, it's not stealing, right? If it's already my body that I made. You can look on the bottom of your shoe. It says property of Absalon. Absalon Industries.
Absalon and black Sharpie. I scrape off the paint and it says that underneath.
What is there anything that you wanted to say to him just in the interim before people start waking up?
No, I start noticing them like rummaging around like as they're sort of like waiting on, because I feel like at night, unless I like while I'm doing watch like that, but while I'm communicating with him, it's sort of like a glazed over, almost like my body is on like autopilot.
Right.
So I just sort of like hear that, and I'm obviously like pushing that to the backside without letting him know.
Of course.
Sort of thing, because I, obviously don't want to give up my body, so I just sort of like turn to him and then, or turn to them, and then he just kind of like goes away, like fades out.
Right. And so you're kind of like looking over, and you do hear, before he fades out, you do hear him go, "Oh, that man looks like he is in a fair bit of trouble." As everybody kind of rummages, like starts rolling over, you look towards like the pizza-shaped opening, because they were only able to block one side of the wall, and there is this like this figure standing kind of like almost silhouetted in the open, like in the opening. This long like cloak, like looks like it's made out of like basically potato sack. It's like tattered and everything. The feller looks pretty tall, but really lanky. No shirt.
Is it still raining?
Yes.
Okay.
His pants are very like are also ripped. They seem to be made out of some sort of like almost cartoonishly like purple color. They look like they were like really billowy sweatpants at one point, but now they're not. He's barefoot, and underneath the cloak, what you do see as the faint bits of the fire that you guys had made are like dying down to embers. You do see these like yellow eyes and this big sort of toothy yellow grin as he just kind of like excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. And he kind of like steps over people and takes a seat right next to like the embers of your guys' flame. And the rest of you guys wake up to this.
Oi.
Who's that?
Just a hunter trying to get warm out of the rain.
I mean, usually, you know, you kind of say, hello, can I come in before you come in? But are you hurt? Are you okay? What's your deal?
While they're talking, I'm slowly reaching for my short sword.
Keep in mind that any armor that everybody besides Xixis had is currently unequipped. He just kind of look. I get it. You guys are new. That's fine. It's okay. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I just want to get a little warm and dry.
Are you hungry?
Actually, yeah.
Well, I'll start going to I'll be like watching him going to my backpack to like get stuff and see if he's like gonna be weird about it. And if he's not, then I'd get out the big hunk of 20-pound troll meat and then mess kit. But tell me if he's like not so fast, you know.
Who does anybody else want to do anything?
I want to start putting on my armor.
You were gonna start.
I just wanted to be known you're all hungry and thirsty. You guys haven't broken anything.
No, we ate yesterday.
Yeah, they ate yesterday. Or at least Kaioken did.
Oh yeah, I did.
I imagine.
But Ration Master. Oh yeah, and Zenku did, or not Zenku. Jesus Christ, Zinch did say that that he ate some leaves.
Oh, I don't remember how long my good berries lasted, but I finished them. I'm lost on days, but.
Well, I'm pretty sure
I've been able to use one the night before.
The night before? Okay, so then I haven't eaten?
I'm gonna assume that it.
Eaten this day.
Yeah.
Not this current day.
But remember, you're fine. You can eat as many days as you have con. So if your con's like a +2, you can go 2 days without food. It's fine. It's water which really gets you.
I stood outside for a while with my mouth open.
Okay.
That's fine.
Sure, that'll give you enough. Right. Just do me one favor. Make a con save.
I wring my hair out that has been wet and drink it.
All right, that'll do. That'll do.
She wakes up. Oh my god.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay, so Zinch starts you have leathers, right? That takes what, 5 minutes or 1 minute? I can never remember. Why do we always forget this? Somebody, you're muted. Oh, you were. Go ahead.
I just unmuted. I mean, that sounds right, because if it's heavy armor, it takes 10.
Yeah, it's light armor, so it's gonna take 1 minute.
I think it's 1 minute. Yeah.
All right. Well, inspiration for whoever can actually verify that. So, Kaioken, give me an insight check. Yeah.
I can verify it. It says right here on my page.
Funny.
It says 1 minute because I fucking said it says 1.
Right. Right.
Do you have inspiration?
You'll be the first one to die, and I'm not talking about Zinch.
I have it. Whoever wants inspiration. Wait, I need inspiration. 5 minutes for heavy, 1 minute for medium, 1 minute for light.
There you go.
For shield.
That makes sense.
It's 5 minutes for heavy?
5 minutes for heavy.
Wow, why did we get this wrong?
Oh wait, actually 2 different ones. I never knew this. So to dawn heavy, it's to take it off is 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Dawning and doffing have different times.
Yeah, dawning and doff is different.
It's always harder to put stuff on yourself than just taking it off.
That is why heat metal is so dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And then medium is 5 minutes to dawn, and 1 minute for off, and light is 1 minute for both.
Perfect.
It
Give
is
yourself
literally
inspiration.
Way to go,
30
Kyle.
turns.
Wow.
And I think I burned my inspiration to get levels, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking that off then. And then so 20 for the insight. Is he
Right.
like going for a dagger or anything, or
No. Actually, what you see is he's just sort of like sitting there, like he's sitting on the ground. He's got his legs tucked and his arms are around him, right? And he's just staring at the fire, kind of, he's looking at you guys as you guys are like talking to him. But you'll notice that when you start talking, like, he just starts like rubbing his fingers, and you notice he's got these really long, jagged, like, nails. They're all like broken and yellowed and shit. And he's just like, God, you know, when you get of a certain age, your hands and your joints, they just start to seize up if you're used to working with your hands. You know what I mean, Zinch? As he looks over at the bugbear who's getting dressed.
My eyes shoot over towards Zinch, like, what the fuck is going on?
Do I recognize this guy?
Give me a history check.
Oh, yay. My favorite roll. Oh, yay.
I'm there with you, buddy. My
no.
history is shit.
So he just sort of looks at you and he goes, "Oh, is there anything you wanted to say? Please, by all means."
I mean, listen, it's been a rough bloody few days. If you could just give me a kick start on what your name is, I might remember you.
Well, you've never met me, but I believe you know my associates, the Hunters. And that would immediately ring a bell in your name. That's a pretty prominent street gang in Kalran, down by the in the neighborhood called Dockside. You're a city guardsman, like, you know how like they have like volunteer cops, right? That's what Zinch does in his spare time. He is first and foremost a member of the Four Talons mercenary group, but when he's home, he plays city guard because he wants to be an official city guard.
Yeah.
And you've had run-ins with the Hunters, like, all over the place, like, just nothing like too crazy, but you've like broken up fights, you've maybe tipped off city guardsmen for this and that. And he just kind of looks at you, he's like, you see, Zinch, I have some bad news for you.
What are you talking about?
Don't go back. You know, you seem to have made a nice life for yourself out here, but my boys, they got a wild hair ever since you got Fuji arrested. And you go back, boy, I mean, I'd hate to think of what they'd do just so that way they could, you know, feel better about losing one of their friends. And you see, Kaioken, is that food still going?
I mean, I'm preheating the pan, just kind of watching this, like maybe
Right.
slicing up portions.
Right.
Kinda like watching this engagement.
He kind of looks at the pan. He's like, "It smells really good. Whatever you cooked in there last night."
Yeah,
I could still.
It was really good.
Man,
You
that's
should
great.
have some. I think you would love the meat.
So you see him kind of like lick his lips a little bit, and he'd be like, "Boy, a good wholesome meal sounds just what the doctor ordered." You guys would hear outside just a boof, boof, boof. It's like sounds like heavy footsteps outside, and he goes,
What's that? Is that with you?
"Yeah. In in the interest of full disclosure, yeah, that's with me.
Inside check?
Yeah, go ahead.
If he's like being honest.
Sure.
9.
But why did that not? Hold on to your butts. Grab your butts and hold them. Ooh, 9.
9.
Seems. Why would he have a reason to lie to you? Is what you look at when you see
No one
him.
lies in the morning.
Right. He goes, well, just a cut of that meat and I'll be ready to get back out into this storm.
Kaioken, why don't you give him a piece of the good stuff?
Inside check? What does he mean?
The sausage you were eating on, you...
I ate it all!
Oh, never mind then.
Give him the good meat. I want you to fuck him.
Yeah. Yeah, shove it down his throat. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's the encoding.
Then, yeah, I'll start cooking 10 pounds of troll meat.
Alright, yeah, go ahead and give me a cooking roll.
I just have my eyes fixated on this guy if he makes any weird fucking move.
15 total, roll an 8.
Alright, give me 1 sec here. Wait, and... So, the cooking check. Oh.
Ricky dropped out. Oh, there we go.
Ricky drop, Ricky back, drop. 15. Alright. Go ahead and roll me a D100. You have to get lower than a 45.
Everyone.
Oh.
65.
So you don't get the same benefits that you got before.
Okay.
But you do make edible troll meat. You want to describe what you make, or is it just like just a steak on a pan and you're done?
Yeah, it'll be like thin slice, so it cooks fast.
Right.
Just kind of like breakfast steaks, like no
Super dry.
Just yeah. Well, I mean, like I'm sure like the last one will be good because there's like fat in the pan. So
right.
But just kind of like carne asada meat. You know what I mean? Just like cook it, get it off. Cook it, get it off.
Oh hell yeah. He goes, he goes, that smells delicious. Is this all for me?
No, you get 1/5 of that.
All right.
So he like give him his portion first and then continue.
Do you give him like a plate of or anything, or is it just like you just like hand out meat and you're like holding it in the air?
Yeah, we don't have any plates.
He goes, well, if it's all the same to you, I could I take the pan and I'll just take my 5th?
No, I'm still cooking. I can, here, just eat it off the fork. I'll use my fingers to flip them.
Oh, 1 sec. And you see him, he's been rubbing his fingers this whole time, and you see him kind of do this like this, and you see this massive club made out of iron come out of what seems like magic.
Mm-hmm.
As he kind of produces this like huge, what is that called? Oh boy, there. Nope. Nope. Hold on. It is called a canabo. I will show you as I drop it into the Embers of Hope. Bip. It's right around 5.5 feet long.
Oh yeah.
It's made out of iron. It has these little spikes, all like nodules all over it, and you just kind of like you can lay it on there.
Oh, that's a cool trick. How do you do that?
Sleight of hand.
Wow, that's impressive.
Do you lay it on the...
Yeah, I'll start laying
When
out
you
his-
put it on there, it goes as it start like it's a hotter heat than the cast iron pan, and you just go, thank you. Well, and you see him kind of like stand up, and he's really lanky, right? He's like, he looks like emaciated, kind of. He kind of like stands up, he's like, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And you see him turn, and he goes, Zinch, don't forget, on behalf of the hunters, don't ever go back to Karan. Otherwise, you'll likely be drawn and quartered.
He never said his name, right?
Yeah, stranger,
He never did.
I usually like to know the names of people I feed. You mind giving me yours?
Yeah, it's Raj.
Be safe out there, Raj.
Thanks.
Can
Anybody want to do anything else?
Well,
totally
has he left out of the tent?
He's
yet?
about to leave. He's turning to leave if you guys wanted to do anything.
I want to peek through any of the thatching and see what else is on the outside.
Sure. So, well, so the branches, right, are on the, like, we'll call it like the right side. If the you've got the stone of the rock of the massive boulder in front of you, you have opposite to that is the wagon, right, and then to the right of that is the thatching. So, you want to look out that thatching?
Actually, I think I might. I think I might say something. I think okay, because of last session, how when you accept a gift from somebody, I'll just say, you know where I'm from. When you accept a gift, you're indebted in some way.
He kind of looks at you.
Well, doesn't that sound gay?
Wow. Where I'm from, it's just a courtesy to people who travel the road. And then he continues to walk out the
And
area.
then I'll peek out.
Okay. You would see, let's see, out of thatching, right? You would,
If there's like any gaps or anything that I could like peek through.
oh yeah,
or-
give me a perception check. Why am I just giving this?
I don't know.
He could be your father.
You are certain that what you look outside and see is in fact King Oberon, your father.
Father. I have been stricken with blindness. Oh, shit. So, and if we do it, does anyone else want to do anything before I?
Oh, you would, by the way, you would see something. You would see, I mean, to you, it would just look like a shadow pass over the back of the wagon and whatnot. This massive, I mean, like a tarp. Like a huge tarp would just pass by as you guys hear the
Does anyone want to run out and see what it is?
I just look over at Zinch, kind of like frustrated, like, "Come on, man! Like, you got to tell us if people are after you."
If you want, Zinch, you can give me a history check, because it wouldn't be something that would necessarily like really stand out to you, because of how much adventure you go on in general. Actually, it comes right back to you immediately. So Fuji was a how do I put this? Fuji was like a little thief, just some fucking nobody, right? He was a halfling dude. The big thing about him is that he was missing a hand, right? But he was still able to pick people's pockets, though nobody ever got any evidence on him, right? The city guard, they had no fucking idea. They were like, oh yeah, people keep saying that this halfling shows up, one hand. It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man, basically, right?
No hands, no fingerprints.
Exactly. And so people would just have like there'd be pickpocket reports in mass, and then they would go away. And then some people would notice, of course you notice a guy missing a hand, and so you spent some days doing like stakeouts down by Dockside where this gang kind of like roamed around and whatnot. And as it turns out, this was of particular note because this halfling who was missing a hand actually had the ability to cast Mage Hand to pick people's pockets. That's why it's so noteworthy, is because he was using magic, but he was using stealthy magic to get like massive hauls from people. We're talking, he was stealing from like upper crust. And you gave the city guard a like the tips that, hey, this is what he's been doing. Be careful of this, and they were actually able to successfully take him in. He used to steal so much, in fact, that he was basically like the treasurer of this entire thieves guild that is in this town.
Got it.
So that's what you know about this.
All right, listen. Don't give me those fucking beady eyes of yours. You've been assholes to me ever since I got here, and I've been trying to be nice.
Well, when you don't give someone your name when you first meet them, that's kind of shitty to do. Just saying.
All right, listen, we were kind of in the middle of trying to run away from a storm. Kind of makes sense. Anyways, I put his friend behind bars because he was being a little pickpocket, and I, being the detective I am and a smart guy to boot, decided to put him in there. I didn't realize that they had found me out. So yeah, that's about it.
First of all, you were lollygagging out in the woods while we were killing giant fucking trolls, and then when we met you, we're all up on edge, and then you don't give us your name when we meet you. So that's why we ain't like you much. So just so you know. But now that you're being honest, we're making that relationship.
Listen,
so
I'll try to control your freaking emo friend over there. Freaking sad boy in the rain.
Okay, hold on. Right now, you're not doing a good job of making friends, period. I wasn't mean to you. I shared a story with you that I felt, was super duper important.
I don't know what an emo is, and I'm upset.
And I'm just going to let you know right now, Zinch, that the way that you're acting currently and the way that you're talking to us is not going to make us like you anymore. So, maybe what we could do is start over. Would that work for you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we can do that. I look at Kaioken, and I look at Xixis.
There's a bottle of booze.
I think you guys fucking finished it, man.
Yeah.
So, as of right now, we have Deus missing. Okay, you just had a very lovely visitor come, and I don't know how they found you, but I'd like to know because maybe that'd be some way that we could find where the fuck Deus is.
I would like to know as well.
Yeah, I have no. I don't. Does anyone else here know anything about magic? Because if what you're saying about Fuji or whoever the fuck you put behind bars, he sounds like he knew magic. Does everyone in that guild know magic?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Sorry, that was to Zinch. No. Most there, you know that there is next to no magic that happens in Karan.
I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen them by now. Those fucking Black Veil gits coming around and just, oh, you're magical. Oh, bye. We kind of don't take kindly to magic in our town, so the whole mage hand thing kind of made him stand out. You know. I mean, yeah, it's not every day that you all just floats away. Kind of weird.
Well, we have a decision that we need to make. Are we going to stay here?
I think we should start patrolling for Deus.
Well, here's the thing. If Deus found a way to get back from the Fey realm back to prime material here, he could have been spit out anywhere. Like,
This is a huge piece of land right here. So yeah.
I think that we should find someone that can help us. I don't know magic. I don't know how to track people. I think that we would be off going. I want to go. My own curiosity wants to go follow the map to where the X is and see what's there. But that's kind of got to be put on the back burner right now until we can find Deus. So.
Well, I was kind of thinking about, since it's early morning, I could maybe go try and find like a ox or a horse or something, maybe, while I'm looking for Deus. Maybe I can coerce it to pull the cart.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, whose cart was this? I remember that someone said something that this was...
So
there was dwarf markings.
This cart belonged to a group of dwarf miners, I think. Supposedly they were having a good haul. They had their eyes on, well, you know, the usual get rich quick thing. Someone tells you, oh, there's good riches this way. Let's go to dig. Dwarves are good at digging.
Yeah,
So,
I've never seen a dwarf, so I don't know.
Trust me.
Real quick, I need everybody to make me a history check, including Zinch.
Ooh, my history is not good.
That's fine.
Yay, my favorite.
Sorry, I should have said except for Kaioken. Kaioken's immune to this.
Fuck.
Well.
I'm just gonna quit. I'll talk to you all tomorrow.
Fuck yeah, Xixis.
Oh hell yeah!
Is that a crit?
Coming in clutch,
So,
guy.
Dwarves. Real quick, a little bit of a lore dump about dwarves. We're gonna backtrack the way that Zinch said what he said, because dwarves, after, okay, in recent memory, dwarves have not been seen for decades, centuries, basically, right? A century, dwarves haven't been seen. People know dwarves have locked themselves. They do exist, unlike elves that everybody treats like the Mayans that just fucking poof, evaporated. Dwarves locked themselves into their keeps underground when magic started to fail, and they have actively told people to fuck off whenever they've approached the gates of said places. The most notable one being the Estrian Hold. That is located vaguely in the central of this landmass. Now, Xixis, luckily for us, he actually walked past that in his brisk stroll up north. So, bip, I'm gonna put y'all back here on the map. So, hip, rip, as we all zoom right on in, if you could, to about 120, give or take, right here. Right at this little spot right here, called the Estrian Hold, is the last known Dwarven Settlement. This is a massive complex that goes underground. Kaioken would know this place because this was where the dwarves that he hired to build his citadel, this is where those ones came from. You had a couple 100,000 of them pack up and migrate to the northwest from this place. Now, Fall of Magic happened, and these guys all hold up. So, dwarves showing up in Karan was actually kind of fucking unbelievable. When they showed up, people were like, what the fuck is this? Before we took this little break,
You're going over the history
the
of
dwarves have not been seen in about a century, maybe a little bit more. When they showed up, the entire town stopped. The entire city of Karan stopped. These dwarves came in. They had said that they had 2 carts. They lost one, but they packed everything up. they said that they were willing to start trading again. They also dropped a line, Zinch, they also dropped a line to the Four Talons, that they were in need of some help. Before it got to you before it got to the Four Talons, like, official job board, that they were looking for people to help with an expedition.
Yeah.
So, let's rewind. Keksi said, what was the deal with that again? And then Zinch says...
Yeah. So yeah, one day these dwarves show up, and they're talking, and looking to go on an expedition. I kind of left on my last trip, I think. I don't quite remember. Before they took off. But yeah, it looks like they're caught. So we can all thank the dwarves for keeping us safe last night.
Maybe we can thank them by, well, I don't even know where they live.
Not many do.
We should hang on to this card for as long as possible. I think it's a good idea, Kaioken, that you go maybe try and find a horse or something that can pull it. I mean, if all else fails, I don't mind pulling the cart for a little while. I'm pretty strong, and I've got
cloven hooves.
I've got a horse butt.
I could pull it for a little while. I don't mind. But anyways, we need to figure out where Deus is. What's the biggest town close to here? Karen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I assume everybody's going to get ready for the day, and then you guys are going to...
I will, after prepare spells, after everyone's eating their food, and then...
yes, now is a good time if you have spells to prepare, which there's only 2 of you. Go ahead. Deus, by the way, if you haven't prepared your spells, you should also be doing that.
I did that.
Good. Yes. Sorry, go ahead, Kaioken.
Does anyone want to go out with me in the rain, or do you guys just want to stay here?
I can.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so you guys go out.
The direction to search, can I roll a 1d4 to like just clockwise? That's the direction we go.
Are you wanting to search these other hexes out here?
A good ways. Like if it's morning time, I want to go quite a ways, and then.
So each of these hexes represents about a day's worth of travel.
Okay.
So you'd be staying in the same hex.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to travel a day out and come back, or a day out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Could I do like an investigation to try to see if there's like any like animal prints or
survival,
little shits or survival?
That would definitely be a survival check. You guys are, Kaioken wanted to find a beast of burden.
Yeah.
And you wanna do the same thing. You guys both want to find something that's gonna haul this big bitch.
Yes.
A burst of beaten is what I want to look for.
Either you guys can make individual checks, or you can do it at advantage. Argue amongst each other. Fight to the death.
I'm assuming your survival is better than mine.
Also,
yes.
Just a point of note. If you guys remember, one of the things that you can use your inspiration for is to give yourself a single point of expertise in any one skill, which effectively doubles your proficiency. Instead of using it for advantage, you could use it for expertise. Also, there's a bunch of other ways that you could use it for.
Well, I don't have it.
You're muted.
Me neither.
I'm muted.
No, Amanda is.
I am. I think you could use it to get a little hint from the DM, a little morsel.
Then yeah, I'll kind of be going out with Xixis in the rain, and I'll be like kind of showing him like this is the things that we're looking for, See if your ocular scanners
Whoops.
can help me see the way to something else. And then I think I want to do the...
With advantage?
Yeah, with advantage.
Hit me that survival check at advantage then.
So 18 total.
Fucking A. Right. So, you're looking for the Beast of Burden, not for Deus, right?
Beast of Burden for now, yeah.
Right, so...
If he's within the cusp of that, then cool, but...
Right. So... Roll for combat. No, I'm kidding. We're actually going to cut back. Let's go back in time. No, let's go back over to Deucey. Hey, Deucey, come on now, man. So, Deuce Menetrax, you've been running. Well, you haven't been. Brenna has been running. You've been directing him on whereabouts possibly you think that, there could be some food for him. Now, he hasn't exactly stopped, right? You're just like pointing it out. You're like, hey, go over this way, go over this way, go over here. So, you see this, what's it called? It's a very small herd of wild ponies. And you point that out to him. And he goes, oh, that looks like it could fill me up. And he's gonna break out into a sprint to try to capture said ponies. What would you like to do? Oh, in this time, before you guys actually started doing this, we can say that you likely told him to put you down in a second, give you a couple of minutes to kind of put your armor on, unless you don't want to.
No, yes, that sounds great.
Right. So, what do you say when he says, "All right, I'm gonna eat one of them fucking horses"?
Yeah.
Sick. All right.
I'm going to start running the same direction. And as I'm running, can I use the spell Find Steed?
Right. Go ahead and read me that spell, my man. Also, point of note, last session, heroism does not give you a stackable buff. It just keeps you with 4 temp HP at the start of every turn.
Oh, so the temp HP doesn't keep going?
No, temp HP doesn't stack. You just generally you keep the same number unless you get something that's higher, and then most of the time you just take the higher one. But it doesn't. Yeah, temp HP doesn't increase.
My heroism's, I think it's kind of dumb now.
It gives you a 4 HP buffer that might count in certain things.
It allows you not to be afraid. So I mean,
yeah, immune to frighten.
Those types of fights, it's useful.
So, what do we got for Find Steed?
You summon a spirit that assumes the form of an unusually intelligent, strong, and loyal steed.
Right.
Creating a long-lasting bond with it. Appearing in an unoccupied space within range, the steed takes on the form you choose. A warhorse, a pony, a camel, an elk, or a mastiff. Your GM might allow other animals to be summoned as steeds.
So, sorry, quick question on that. Is this something that you would have learned via your Silver Templars? Like
we would assume that, yeah.
So, this being something that you've learned from your Silver Templars, are they generally like a I mean, I know that they're a pretty militant group, right? Or are they? Okay, good. They're not used to, like, they're not ever like trying to like favor mobility over sturdiness, right?
Probably no, because they're like we've already gone over. They're mostly heavy armor.
Right. So then, in that case,
probably, yeah, wouldn't be. They're all about heavy armor.
In that case, then, what do you say to summon this steed?
Mount up.
All right.
Morphin time.
It's Morbin time.
So
Wait. No, I hold out a red thing in front of me, and I say, Tyrannosaurus.
Oh.
Mastodon.
all right. So that happens. So you say mount up as your verbal component.
Horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right.
I can say it in Faye or
Sylvan.
Sylvan. Just
Sylvian?
Spice.
All right. So you say.
You say regulators.
Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. That was the first. All right. So you become handy with the steel, if you know what I mean, and you earn your keep as trotting out of like trotting into being. This warhorse becomes like
In my mind,
comes
it's
in
like,
next to
it's
you.
like kind of galloping up like a ramp, but like that's it, kind of like forming into existence, like through the earth, kind of going up a ramp.
Oh, then sure, that happens. All right,
Like,
you
and as
have.
I'm running it, like the ramp's underneath me, so it's just kind of like.
That just reminds me of like the bad Paladin.
Wait, are you saying that you're summoning this to like literally? You're just going to like mount as you summon to it?
Yeah, because it's like.
Oh Jesus! All right, yeah.
It comes up underneath.
So
very
you see,
naturally, though.
yeah. So you see Deus go bow-legged all of a sudden, as he just sort of like levitates up on this fucking horse that comes out. All right.
Free action. That's awesome.
Yeah. Right. All right.
We can say it takes an action. I mean,
Nah, man.
just
No.
flavor.
This is great because it's perfect. So, do me a favor. Pull up the stat block of a warhorse and keep that on you. As if this thing goes down, then you know I just need you to keep track of your steed. And this, how long does this last? Oh, it just lasts. Wait, in other case.
It just does.
Wait, nope, I can't do it. Never mind.
Why?
I don't do that. Check out the casting time.
It's 10 minutes.
So that means I have to do it. I have to do this for 10
Oh,
minutes.
you don't want to wait 10 minutes and then try to catch up to him, or?
No.
Oh. Well, there goes my fucking screw. All right, fine.
I didn't mean it's my fault. I didn't read it. It took 10 minutes. That
All
makes
right.
sense.
Change
Damn
my
it.
mind, and then the horse goes back between his legs.
Yeah. It literally. No.
Back
Even
into his
better.
asshole.
Even better. It's like a Treyu's horse. It just turns around and starts fucking as it gets sucked back into the ground. Deus cries. I laugh. All right. Well, in that case,
That does last, however, until it disappears.
it does,
until,
yeah.
like, this poof.
yeah.
So yeah, I just run with him. If I'm in range of the free ponies,
So these things are a ways away, and it's not likely you're going to be able to catch up to him because his normal walking speed is about twice what your walking speed is.
Yeah, you got tiny baby legs.
I mean, also run after him. Then.
Do you? Okay. Yeah. That's
I mean, does the horse look? Does it look like it's gonna take him 10 minutes to get to the ponies?
I mean, these things are a ways away, man. Like,
If it looks like it's gonna take a bit, then I will do the fine steed.
You did start to put on your armor too.
well,
you let me
I said we just hand waved that to where at one point he told him to put him down so he could put his armor on him. All right. So then in that case, if you are gonna take the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Cool.
I kind of thought like it's just like, oh, right there. Oh, I could just
Christ.
120 feet away. I could just attack it.
So
All
the
right.
spectral horse goes
Yeah.
to the ground,
And
he
then
goes,
back up again. Please fucking stop. Ah.
It's like the terrible abortion.
So this thing has a telepathic bond. This thing has a telepathic bond with Deus. So he's just hearing this horrific screaming as it like disintegrates and comes back together and all of this shit. All right.
Can the action of this horse being like materialized and then disintegrated cause like brain damage? So it's like a special horse,
You
like the
know.
one from Family Guy.
Oh, is this thing? By the
It
way,
needs to be Jeremy.
is this a celestial, fae, or fiend? I need to know that that actually is kind of important.
I would say Sessions because I am.
Gotcha. Sounds like plan. But if your paladin order is like,
But you don't
you
know
tell
what
me.
you are.
I don't really know what I am.
You tell me. What is so this thing's a celestial then, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. So, I'm gonna roll something. He gets a good ways away from you, right? And this may show up in roll in D&D Beyond. It might show up in roll 20. Whoops, it showed up in roll or in roll 20. Okay, the first one. So you see him run past and scrape up this boulder and fucking huck it as hard as he can. And he is, as he's running, trying to throw these massive fucking rocks that are about 5 feet in diameter, right? These huge, hefting sons of bitches, woof, as he's trying to hit these horses. He misses, but he is 100% attempting to fuck these things up. 10 minutes goes by and he has not been able to get these things, but it's a lot like a child, like a toddler trying to chase down a cat, where these fucking things are just it's like a giant, like almost like a circle where he's like trying to cut them off and he's trying to hit them, they're running away. How do you want to help handle this situation?
I mean, I would charge right at him, and as soon as I got in range of one, I would try to hit it with a lunar explosion.
Lunar explosion is just ray of frost, right? It's a ray that goes 60 feet out and like makes them cold.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
it does 2d6 on a con save.
Yeah. Let me just pull up ponies real quick. But that being said, hey, Kaioken, Xixis, can you guys guess what you guys see?
Yes.
Nope. Actually, you guys see. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you guys would see this fucking Cyclops on the middle, to the north of you guys, right? Because what I have on this map here is not like updated. At this point, they would have continued to run, and because this thing is so fast, this giant Cyclops, his gait is, I mean, he's massive, right? He was able to clear what takes you guys a day's worth of travel in like no fucking time at all. And so you all, as you crest over north, and you would be traveling for, I'd say, about an hour or so north, you would see off, at this point it's distant, probably about 120 feet out. You would see, well, no, probably about 300, sorry. You see a almost 20-foot tall Cyclops in his bare-chestedness with a loincloth on, big old pinhead, grabbing these boulders out of the ground and hucking them at these ponies as he's trying to chase after them. And you could just hear off of this is what do you guys want to do?
I kind of looked at Xixis and just kind of put my hand on his shoulder and just kind of like crouch down. I think we're not going to get horses today.
You guys can give me a perception check at disadvantage because you're still in heavy rain.
Okay.
Oh, 13, which is 16.
Jesus Christ.
One more time, do it.
Oh.
Ouch.
All right. So there's a big guy over there chasing all the little horses. Well,
I'm sorry.
Normal-sized horses, but it's different.
You would see one pony get crushed because he rolled an 11 to throw a rock, and ponies have a armor class of 10. So he does hit one. As you guys just see, and fucking like
just pukes out that shit.
Yeah, like you guys know how big full-grown horses are, right?
Yeah.
And you see one get fucking ragdolled like a gift that Ricky just sent me. This thing, he just fucking hucks this boulder at it and pins it right in the halfway point and just full Bethesda fucking glitch as it just like eviscerates into pieces. He's like, oh, you see him like shaking his hands up as he's like running over to it. Deus, you get onto your warhorse and you guys would start to see Deus, like not necessarily Deus, you would see a rider on a horse that has armored plating and everything on it. It is a warhorse at like galloping over as they go to get their kill.
And this is all flatlands, right? There's not
Incredibly flatlands. There's not a lot. Besides those stones that you guys would see off in the distance and the couple of trees that Kaioken had already seen.
Well, that must be the master of the giant beast, so we should probably, you know, hide or something. What do you think?
Probably, unless we want to end up like that horse.
Yeah, good idea. I'm gonna cast a spell. Don't worry about hiding much. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on both of us.
Dope. So you guys begin.
Yeah, and so I and
I love how it's always Himalayan throat singing.
and let's actually see what the components are. Ashes from a burned leaf, mistletoe, and sprig of spruce.
So how much of that do you have?
I mean, ashes from a burned leaf, probably from the
Right?
stuff we burned.
Right?
Maybe mistletoe. No, probably not
No.
mistletoe.
Man.
I start to cast. Fuck! I don't got my stuff. I need stuff. Hey, you got sprig of mistletoe and
I love the shopping. Hey, by chance.
Do you have that on you? Maybe in your bag.
No.
Quick! The ogre's about to get done eating. We gotta get out of here.
Xixis, give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Ooh. Let me actually bring this back. So, Xixis, you would have a basic knowledge of what normal magic casting was used for because your master would be a wizard, but also, give me one more roll. Because he just can't help himself. Yep, there it is. Absalon comes out. Oh, Xixis, look! You said you were in control of when I come out. This is interesting. But he is asking you for physical components. You see how stupid he is? He needs physical components to cast his spells. How great. So, you have within your person, you have component pouches for the rest of these plebs. Now, what a component pouch is usually used for is for very basic spell castings. The pouch generally has, historically, it has the most common material components for spell casting. So that way, the weaklings, they have something to focus on if they don't have an arcane focus. Or do you have any arcane focuses? So maybe you could teach him how to be better at spellcasting, yeah?
Do I have that?
Do you have any arcane focuses? Give me one more Arcana check.
Do you say, do I have any of that?
You... How many of those... How many of... No, how many of those Black Veil amulets do you have?
Oh, fuck.
You had about 6 of them?
Like 6.
As you're rummaging through your bag of holding and shit to find those component pouches, you could use the amulets as arcane focuses. The only reason why you would even think that is because You saw some of the other Arcane Eye, or not Arcane Eye, the other Black Veil guys using them. But you don't know if that's necessarily a one-to-one for Kaioken, because Kaioken's magic, as you've seen, has a different signature than the Black Veil magic does. Kaioken's magic has nature, like, attached to it. A lot of it's been, like, you know, sprig of mistletoe. Whereas the Black Veil guys have been a lot of, like, dark arts. House Slytherin type shit. You know what I mean? So do with that what you will. Do you want to give him Sissing?
So I would look at it and it would remind me of the one that he already has on his person.
Possibly.
But I would turn to him and be like, do you have one of these?
Yeah, it's in the bottom of my pack, but I need mistletoe and sprigs of stuff.
You should try utilizing one of these amulets. I'm not sure if it'll work.
Okay, if you don't have the other stuff, I will use this as an attempt as we watch this massive person suck bone marrow out of a femur of this dead pony that shit itself when a rock hit it. Then I guess I'll rummage through my bag.
He kills another one.
Oh god. And pull out the
you
black
pull out the
veil
art,
yeah.
and you want to try to use it as a focus.
Yes. Because that makes more sense than using a component pouch that we have 6 of.
Unfortunately, because Xixis rolled a 12 on that Arcana, he was wrong, and you can't do it. You do attempt.
You idiot!
Like, as you're doing it, here's the weird thing. It makes you feel a certain way to use this focus. You start to channel your mystical energy through this, and it almost feels like, you remember when Magneto this is going to be kind of a long shot. You remember the X-Men movies, right? Mm-hmm. Not Magneto. You remember when Professor Xavier was using Cerebro and then they'd like drip that shit into it, so you see like this little like bloop, and it's like black ink inside of like the Cerebro tank. You feel what I can only equate to like that, right? You're like, ooh, that is disturbing to me.
Icky wet when I'm already wet.
There's something coming through with that, so you cut that connection fast.
Coming.
So as I see him like try that,
you better start fucking running.
And try that, and he failed, and I sort of like look under my non-robot breath because I don't have lungs. I go, Master, it didn't work. Here, try this, and I hand him a component pouch.
I told you.
This little. Oh, go ahead.
No. He's just whispering. I told you. They are weaklings. You see, they need components.
Like, I'm assuming this kind of looks like a fanny pack of like different like compartments of shit.
It's black leather and it's studded.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, yes.
Yep. And you cast Pass Without a Trace. You guys would hear noticeably. You would hear like the sound dampen around you guys. You would notice like as you like back away slowly, you would notice that like the grass just seems to like spring back up as if you had never even stepped on it.
Okay, so we've got about an hour. Let's just kind of trail them, make our way back to the party slowly. Let's see where they're going so we can warn the others. But if they start beelining it, we gotta surprise them right before they get back to the group. Because Deus has got to be out there somewhere, and I think this mystical magical knight is controlling this poor one-eyed monster.
Speaking of which, let's return to the one-eyed monster. Actually, before we do that, let's return back to the tent, to the wagon. We got Zinch and Keksi are sharing a fire. What are you guys doing? Just, you know, chilling, or you guys want to talk? What's up?
I saw earlier that you pulled out, your book to kind of look at, what do you do in cases of children go missing, and what, protocol for that would be, or what's recommended.
Oh yeah, let's know it.
So do you study a lot?
I'm trying to, I think I've mastered down the basics. And now I'm on the intermediary book. And he pulls it out of his bag and he's like, I'm on the intermediary book now. And I'm hoping maybe with this I'll be able to pass the test good enough to be a proper detective and not just some freelancing, freelancing god guys that don't get paid. But I'll try to study when I can. Not too much.
Do you have any pointers on studying and retaining information? I have, and I hold up this book that I received from Aurelian. There's a lot of responsibilities have been put on my shoulders now, and I need to study some information, like, quickly.
All found, what's best for me at least, is read a page, and look, I'll read a section of the book that has like the same information that's pertinent to it, and then take like a minute and read it again, and that way it's in your head 2 times, so all the information. You can't lose it that way.
Okay, I'll try that. If I'm quiet for a little while, don't take it personally. It's just that's a lot of. I don't read really, like like.
It's a bit of a strange thing to do. I mean, most people are either the choppy type, or they're the nose in the book type, which there are not a lot of those anymore. And then if you're really lucky, you might find someone who's like the drinky type. And those are the fun ones to hang out with. They can be a real mess.
Oh boy. Well, does Zinch have any questions for me, or else I'm just gonna kind of be like, okay, I'm gonna start reading. I don't want to be rude, but I figure I should just kind of let you know ahead of time.
So, what? How did he just? So last night, you went out, and then Deus, whatever his name is, he went out, and then you came back without him.
Yeah.
He leans in close, and he's like, "Did you kill him?"
No, I didn't kill him. That's a fair question, though. That's a very fair question. I've wanted to kill him in the past. I've been very close to it before, actually, if I'm being honest. But I didn't kill him. Unfortunately, due to his background that I wasn't aware of, where he comes from and where I come from, they don't mix. And right now, tensions are extremely high.
Racist.
Yeah, exactly. So, which I'm wrapped up in heavily now, which is why I need to study. So he got sent to the Fey Realm.
Wait, you can just send someone to the Fey Realm?
I can't, and I don't know why they don't just send me back there, since Oberon wants me to stay here, and either way, I'm not gonna argue. I'm just gonna do what he says, do my job as best as I can. I did not send him back. My spring counterpart contact handled the situation swiftly, and I was kind of left with answers to questions before I could ask them. And then I came back here, and it was really fun trying to, relay that to the rest of the group without it sounding,
like you murdered Deus.
Exactly. You seem like a pretty good detective. That's a very inquisitive question for you to ask.
The book says the first question should always be, if someone's missing, did you kill him? And then if they say no, well, they might not have killed him. But you gotta watch out. Because if they look to the left, and they're like, oh, I don't think I killed him, then they might have killed him. And then if they're like, oh, and they look up, that means they're trying to search for a lie up in the sky, and then it comes in the brain, and they're like, oh, no, I didn't kill him, I was out at the pub drinking. But if they look down, then they're trying to remember the lie they told last time about it. And that's how you get them. It's really hard to forget. It's really hard to remember in the moment because you have to remember the directions and it gets all crazy. And then you're like, oh, I think he looked to the left. I think he's making up a lie. It's
Yeah, I
really
don't think I
weird.
could remember any of that. That's very very complicated. I don't think I have
I
it.
had to read that section like 15 times. Made my brain go all hurty and stuff.
Mm.
Is Keksi? Is Keksi gonna look through her book?
Yep.
I this is
As he goes off ranting about
At this point,
I'm just kind of politely looking through pages, but I'm looking up and and then I kind of look down and I look up
going
and
through the book.
acknowledge.
So it says if you see someone with a knife
So-
in their back, you're supposed to not pull it out. It's kind
As-
of amazing, right?
as he begins to say those very things and you look down, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh shit! Is this booby trap? Fuck. Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm using my. I want to use my.
Oh
my
inspiration.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
All right.
I'm gonna use it. I think should I? I want to kind of want to hard roll this, but I just rolled
Do
it.
it.
I just rolled it.
Do it.
Okay, hold on. That was real bad. I wasn't expecting it to be that bad.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Okay, let's see. What am I gonna roll, baby? Let's roll. Josh, if this right here, you bought me this for, I think it was my birthday, this set. If this rolls poorly, you're dead to me, okay?
Got it. All right.
Cool.
Here we go.
I'm pretty sure I'm already dead to you, so.
Well, you're
Nothing
real
changed.
close. So you're real close.
yeah, exactly.
This will be the sever that completes.
Yeah, exactly. This is the straw that broke the camel back.
Okay, do you hit 9? Because I have a -1.
Oh, friendship over.
So, here's the thing that I didn't tell you. Here's the thing that I didn't tell you is that it's not a bad thing to fail this, and here's why. So as you're
Bad inspiration.
as you start to talk to him, and you're flipping through, you come to a map. There's a page in this that is a map of the Feywild, and you ever zone out? You ever see a high contrast of of colors, and then there's a light spot on a dark wall, and your vision just blanks out, and you just zoop, tunnel vision into that, right? So you start doing that, and you hear him just so anyway,
Yeah.
right? And bip, you get brought to this map.
Ooh. Maparoo.
So this is what is roughly.
Question. Can I
Yep.
just get a little tasty morsel of what this book looks like?
Right. Yes. So this book, as you're holding on to it, right? The cover of it looks like it's made out of tree bark. And then on the corners of it, where it's at, those very similar. They look like a leaf print of the same material that was Eurilian's armor. It feels metallic, but it feels like it's been textured. As you go to open it up, it is indeed paper made from trees. as you're going through this, right?
Okay.
When you open it up, it just looks looks really coffee stained. It looks like this.
It's definitely weathered.
Yeah, incredibly. There's pages, it looks, when you open it up, it looks like pages have been stuffed into it. It doesn't
nice.
look, this looks like notes have been added to this thing, right?
Yeah.
And you're opening it up and you're just leafing through it. And a lot of this is it belongs to General Gaeta. Next thing you know, tactics and strategies for dummies. And then you open it up and it's sanctioned by King Oberon of the Summer Court, blah 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 blah, right?
This is how most of the documents are in the Fae. There's
Yeah.
really no organization
No.
ever.
No. As you open it up, this is the map that you get, right? Let me just stop this, and we're gonna have a little bit of a change of pace. So,
Okay.
when you open this up, you find your mind being drawn into this map.
This is new.
You also feel the notion of you are not alone here. Your surroundings become completely out of your perception.
Okay.
And you hear in your head, took you long enough.
Hello?
Keksi, right? It's me, Aurelian. I was expecting you to open up this book and complete the connection. I've been waiting here for eons already. Here we are. This is the overview of the Feywild, and this is where the battle plans and tactics are going to come into play. So, before you, you see the lands. All 4 courts right here. Now, there's a couple, if you want to, you can click on your little paintbrush and then click on freehand. So, he says, currently, here's what we've got. And there's a little triangle down here and a little triangle down here. It goes, winter and autumn have mustered their forces at the border between each of their realms. Beep, beep, beep. Winter has also moved one of their forces on the bridge towards Sendrian, as well Autumn has. Here we are. This is the two-front war already beginning. Currently, no one's actually made a play for Sendrian, but now's where you and I come into play. My armies are going to be mustered here and here. Since we have to split.
So if you use colors,
Oh, are you red?
they're all red. Everything.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you're asking.
Yeah. It's just easier for me to differentiate.
Fine. Yeah. So we'll use green for spring. How about that? He says to you, I'm going to muster my armies here and here. That way I can have one half of my of the spring court go straight for the throat on winter and the other one go to meat. What would you like to do? If you want, I have no problem with you metagame asking the rest of the group what they think.
Okay.
You have 2 triangles that you can start with.
Okay.
So basically like two armies, if you want to call it that you can start with, and you can place them where you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Currently you can place them either in spring territory or in summer territory.
Okay, well, we definitely should have something in summer. Right now, summer's at the peak of its power, correct?
No. Currently there is a balance of power between spring and summer. You are in the middle of the seasons.
Okay.
Are you asking the rest of these guys for help, or are you?
Yeah, definitely. I want you guys. So what I'm thinking, since spring and summer right now are equal in power and we're aligned, we should definitely. I feel like something should still be left in summer, just in case. Autumn. Is it autumn down on the bottom left?
Yes.
If autumn tries to make a break to go into summer territory.
If it were me, either cut the head off of Autumn, send both of your forces to Autumn, and show the initiative, or send both of your forces to the Sendrian.
Okay.
To capture the zone, because that's the whole point, and why you guys are strong. You should defend it. If both of their if autumn and winter are moving towards that point, spring is not doing it. Do that, or what Spring was saying with he's sneaking in around side, then you could do the same thing. But right now, if your guys' forces know that they have more numbers than you do, you need to be more aggressive.
Okay.
And be more risky, as far as I can think of it. Kyle's better at strategy games than I am, so.
Yeah, my only concern would be just completely leaving summer open and spring really not having forces close by to enter.
But you guys are at your strongest point right now.
Yeah.
Is what you would be. That you would know. Maybe that's not true, but.
So,
doing nothing will be worse than being more aggressive, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. What do you think? Anyone else have any ideas? I'm thinking about maybe putting... Are they allowed to like be on the bridge, like ready and waiting?
Okay. Couple of things.
Yeah, give me some...
So, currently...
So it's crossing a bridge as a sign of like...
So, that's what I was going to get to. Currently, this is all considered posturing. This is what you'd hear from Spring. He's like, nobody's actually made a play for Cendrillon yet. What they're doing is they're getting ready, as far as intel is concerned. Now, should we... I'm gonna scoot this one back just a little bit. Should we actually make a play for Cendrillon, that would be us being the aggressors in war. Now, if that's what you want to push, I am all for it, of course. But... at this point, we could utilize some threats, pushing in towards autumn, and possibly keeping one for spring. By the way, give me an insight check. Because... okay. Because... never mind. Here, I'll give you this blurb. The advice that you get from Aurelian is going to be traditional advice. What you guys come up with might be, might not be. So, as far as you're concerned, this dude is like, basically consider it like AI level 1 on like a bot game, right? Does that make, I assume that makes sense to the rest of you guys. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's gonna do like the standard practices, or at least his advice will be to do the standard practices. So I'll give you the information that he would use.
Could I do like a quick investigation in this book to see if I can just flip through real quick and see if there's any blurb that I might be able to find if I just like match it and see if I can just land on something?
Sure.
Okay.
Investigation.
As I'm kind of stalling. Oh, there we go. 15.
I'll get back to that in just a second. Okay. So wait, what exactly were you looking for?
I was just looking for anything from what's his face?
Right, Gaeta. Roll me a D100. It's the one with the 2. Yep.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
17.
Okay. As far as the strategies to this go, nothing. 2 things happen.
Okay.
Shit. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. 1, you flip to a page, a blank note, and you've seen Harry Potter, right? As you flip to this page, this page immediately fills up with these like red scribbling, like all caps, "Help me, you have to get me out of here." And you recognize the voice of General Gaeta. "Please, you have to help me."
Is this like appearing in writing?
In writing, yes.
Okay, cool. It's like it is talking.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
"Please, you have to understand. I need you to find me. I am on the Prime Realm. I do not have much..."
Go ahead, I'm listening.
No, that's where it cuts off.
Oh, damn it. Oh, fuck. got very interesting. I gasp and I am like silent for a second, and I have to.
By the way, Zinch, she's not moving. You see her just looking through the book. Like, she has stopped turning the book.
So yeah, then if they've got an X in them,
Okay.
wait,
But
are you listening to me?
so before you turn back, you know, obviously think about the things that Dan said. It seems like, I assume, as far as
Kyle didn't really get a chance to say
Right.
anything. I cut him off, so I'm sorry. If you have any advice.
I feel like I would need a little bit more lore.
I know.
So it could take a while.
Yeah.
So
But I would
basically,
like
as
spend
far as
more and more time
as
on
as
this.
right, as far as the tactics go, she has 2 units, right, that she can spend.
Yeah, but so no one's at war right now, and it's an all-around stalemate. So we're talking officially, autumn is allied with winter in like a defensive pact.
Basically, right now, it's not defensive, right? It's not there's no defensive pact right now. It's all diplomatic posturing. Everybody's moving their militaries into places right now. Well, actually, winter and autumn have moved their combined forces into place now.
So
but
they're obviously like allied though.
yes, yeah, no, they've also at this point it would appear that they have made the official declaration of alliance, which means to Keksi that they have made the official declaration of even numbers, which of course, as everyone knows, means war.
Yeah, and then spring and summer are the same thing.
Yeah, spring and summer have already had the alliance because they are at the height of their equivalent power. So they basically, not that your characters know this, but you out of game, because you're in the interim between spring and summer, both of them combined equally are more powerful than winter
this
and,
might be
and
thinking
autumn.
too much into it, but it seems like spring and summer have allied, because you said the height of their power. It seems like more winter and autumn have allied out of necessity to counter that. I feel like if you attack autumn, you're going to immediately push them way together, right? Because autumn sounds like it's allied out of fear. And if you attack autumn, then it's on. Like now they're together with winter, period. I mean, one thing you could possibly do is get autumn on your side.
Is that with zero bias because you're not from autumn, or you are?
I mean, so if you look at autumn, I've asked Anthony before what he's following, but autumn is peaceful. Like autumn, like the autumn Eldrin, they don't seek out war.
Right, is what the usual D&D lore is, not in this case.
So if it's not that in this, then
wait, let me put it this way. In my campaign, the Fae can lie.
That's it.
So that should give you a good basis off of what to expect.
Okay. I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw this to the grouping. Let me know. So if you look over, I can't really leave it. Okay, so over this is winter. It wouldn't let me. I'm on the draw thing.
Oh,
I don't want to take off the draw thing because then I have to just redo it.
Here.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna do. So we got winter down there. Winter has a way farther trek to get to spring, but on autumn has a shorter trek to get to summer to invade. If they decide that they want to do that, they could instead just not go the bridge and then try to enter summer. So I'm going to place. Oh, I hate.
Yep. Click on the square. Click on the square. It's okay. And then no, go down. Yep. There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna place someone at the bridge. I'm gonna place a group at the bridge, and I'm gonna place another squadron here in case if they decide they're gonna try and beeline it. I'm kind of halfway in between wherever they decide that they're gonna try to enter if they do.
So you are thinking about doing the same thing that Spring was thinking about doing, right? Are you planning on pushing your troops into autumn? Or are you going to keep them there in a hold pattern until that point?
I'm going to keep them in a hold pattern if any of them either advance into what's the middle place called?
Sendrian.
Sendrian, then it's on. Like that's obviously
Like
gotta
Donkey
happen.
Kong. Okay.
Exactly.
It'll be an
Or
even fight if all of you guys go in at the same time.
Yeah. Or if winter and autumn, if they start crisscrossing their forces in either side, like that's when we're gonna start getting more aggressive.
Okay. So
yeah, the only thing I would say to that is two different things. One, so this is everyone's goal, right? That's what this is all up about.
It basically, yes. The declaration of war is that the end goal is to take Sendrian and be the actual ruling entity over the entirety of the Fae. Because currently it's basically an empty throne situation. And all 4 different regions want to take it.
Gotcha. So, I mean, Shot in the Dark, I would just send a diplomat to each place and be like, look, we all want this. None of us want our homelands taken. Let's all send everyone in the middle and let who's the best be the best. Otherwise, if you're going to war, I wouldn't keep an entire platoon here. I mean, because if you really want to roleplay it out, I mean, he could attack, any of these. I would keep scouts here to kind of patrol, like just single people on horses. Then you want to do your classic brazier. So as soon as they see someone, they light the braziers. You want to keep your force back at your home. This is what matters.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. I still have, I don't think we're getting that detailed into it yet. I think it might break off into more detailed segments after this initial move. But as of right now, I just have 2 platoons or 2 squadrons that I'm able to move.
Gotcha. Because I can't tell you how many times I've done this strategy and then been attacked from the rear and had my settlement taken.
Yeah, but
I left no one here.
But the distance and the time that it would take me to get to where I am between me and Autumn is going to be quicker to get back home than for them to try to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I tell you what, I know. You do you. I'm just saying my thought process. Because, I don't know, anything could usurp your home here.
Yeah.
A spy could come in and take over.
I mean, they'd have a really long way to go. I don't
maybe
think
even Spring could betray you. Like, why the fuck do you trust them so much?
That's a good point.
Yeah, Autumn's probably the good guys. You don't know that.
Yeah, because the only real change I'm saying is take this army here, put it back home, because this is what you care about, and then just have scouts.
Says the Autumn General.
I mean, if I was the Autumn General, that's exactly what I do, is I would take a long boat ride.
Dude, what even is this map anymore? Oh my god.
It's gotten crazy.
Burn it all.
Or I do what my guy easily
throw the
did.
ball down this way.
Okay, how about this? I'm gonna leave my green one here. I'm gonna leave the bridge at my home at base. And then if shit goes down, then I will mobilize them to the bridge. Since spring could get over the bridge. There's no point in, like, if we just, you know what I mean? Spring could get in there, and then we could make the jaunt there after it's initiated. So I'll just do that. I'll leave one here just in case, and then I'm leaving one close to the like the capital or whatever.
All right, let's get more into this. What's your chemical warfare situation like?
All right, so
that's it.
That being said,
pollen. It's all pollen, baby.
What you get in return is, that's interesting. And I will get back, remind me at the end of this session to get back to you about what you find.
Okay.
Because there was one other thing. No, there was one other thing that you found. So, let's go ahead and get right back to Deus. Deus, you and your Cyclopean friend have massacred 2 out of 5 ponies. You would have ended with seeing him huck a rock. Pony splits in half, and he runs up and clubs the half with the head to death. By the time you get there, he literally has like a fucking horse ham hock, and he's just like taking it apart. What do you want to do, bud?
We could have You could have grabbed one of those trees and we could have roasted that thing.
Oh, wait. Roasted. What's that?
It turns chewy into juicy.
You'll have to show me that one day. You know, I'm assuming that we'll never find your companions and this debt will be over. But until then, would you like some horse?
You know what, Bruno? I would love some horse.
Alright, have at it.
So he's gonna like use a sword to cut off a leg. And he's gonna like press the digitation of flame in his hand and it's gonna like slowly be roasting it. He's gonna sit down. Is Brenna sitting or is he like standing and just ripping it? Like I kind of
he's sitting.
Like, okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean my back onto him. Brenna, you strike me as someone who lives for themselves. In fact, you seem like someone who exemplifies everything I thought I stood for.
Well,
you understand your passions and you seem to live unbridled and untethered. You know what you don't and what you do fight for.
you know, funny thing about that, you said your name was Deus, right? Funny thing about that, Deus, it's actually quite the opposite. You know, before you, I was told to guard that bridge to Sendrian, so that way no one from Autumn Court would step onto it and declare war against the other two courts. So without me there, if someone sets foot on that bridge, it's an open declaration where we come from.
Almost caused that one.
Right. It would have been real bad. Actually, I would have just killed you, taken your gold, and I would have told Luca, you know, the centaur, that chief tactician of the Chrysanthemum militia of the Autumn Court. That's right. I would have told him that there was an Autumn Fae that was trying to get across, and I smushed it.
You know, Brenna, I can't tell if dying would fix my problems or beginning my new ones.
Well, I can tell you this much. If you just follow directions, you never have to think too hard, Deus.
At my young age, I feel like I've lived 3 different lifetimes, and none have ever been for me.
How old are you, by the way?
Even my own powers have been abandoning me. I'm 25.
25. You know, I never did learn how to count. But where I come from, the sun never sets. There's never a moon. There's never a day and night cycle. I just take life as it is. One order at a time.
I feel like the answer to my problem is something I've dropped under a table. That the more I try to grab and get it, the more I push it and bump it further away from myself.
Well, that's easy. That's because you're blind. Is this just what is that?
His first time laughing.
Yeah.
That
And it sounds really weird.
it sounds super forced. Ha 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 ha. No kidding. No, that's it.
With your water sword.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He just. There we are. It's good to have fun sometimes, right? And he kind of like lifts up a leg bone and like goes to do like the cheers thing to your like hand of semi-charred meat. Just boom. He's like, right.
Contamination.
So real quick, Kaioken and Xixis, you guys would see this as you guys are like slowly backing away. You would watch like from a distance. This is a couple hundred feet away, right? You guys would see this Cyclops sit down. You would see this rider dismount, and they would just start eating.
Yeah, for the next hour, we would be backing up slowly and stealthily. Back towards camp.
In fact, a +10 to your guys' stealth. there's it wouldn't even be a roll considering
The
advantage
perception, yeah.
with the perception advantage. They would never even see you guys. But yeah. So you guys are you guys saying anything to each other? They're very clearly out of earshot, like easily out of earshot.
As we're backing up and like, Xixis, do you still got that big axe, the little big axe? If we get into some shit, I need some stuff to throw so we can distract them.
Yeah, right here, and I hand him over the little great axe.
Nice. All right.
And then I think that's about it for me. Is
and the skull breaker.
Ooh, Xixis, why do you have such barbaric weapons?
Well, you see, Master, a lot of these things are too heavy, and in our ventures we found plenty of things, so I was able to create this bag of holding.
Kaioken would also hear this.
What? Did you sneeze?
Yes.
Yes.
Gesundheit.
Oh. Oh yeah, it's a bag of holding. Yeah, it's the most common magical item ever in the world, right? I mean, even this barbarian was telling you just the other night that he had several of them. I mean, it's not really like a big feat, right? It's like, wow, it's a bag of holding. I mean, you know, back when I had my body, I had one for every pocket on my jacket. It's too bad that I didn't, when I cast the contingency spell originally, it's too bad that I didn't have a contingency to create all of my items that I had, or at least have them transported. But I was kind of hoping that's why I would have your body, but, you know. You should have him carry all of your things. Maybe you could make like a... Well, you have that wagon. And he seems rather brutish, right? Do you think his skin is actually hard as stone? Because there is a cool... Oh, look, I'm talking like a common person. So there's a cool way that you could, like, create stone skin for yourself. If only you had his.
Oh.
So you guys can go ahead and continue. This is just him, like, murmuring, whispering sweet nothings into Xixis' ear. If he wants to respond, he can, but...
No, I'd be pretty quiet, like, kind of, like, scooting back, seeing the things that we just saw with this mysterious rider and giant monstrosity.
Right. Okay. Well, then in that case, Deus. You... Cyclops is considered a giant. Oh. You guys finish up a quick meal. He's like, oh, I am absolutely stuffed.
With the bone, I started kind of writing out my tenets in the ground. I look at Brenna. Brenna, can you read by any chance?
Of course I can read.
Do these words mean anything to you?
What did you... I assume you wrote them in common.
Yeah.
He looks down and goes, that's a whole bunch of gibberish. Are you sure you learned how to write?
All right. He writes them down in Sylvan.
All right. What do these words mean? I mean, I can read them now, but...
These are words I've lived almost my entire life by. They were words that I thought a goddess bestowed upon me to give me power.
All right. Well, if you ask me, I'd say these words are rubbish. who lives their life based off of these rules, these words. They're just words. I live my life based off of what someone told me to do and how I feel.
How do you feel?
Well, I feel full. I'm wet, I'm a little cold, but that's alright. Not much for spring. Anyways, we've got a bargain to get completed. So, where do we go? We continue going east.
And just so you know, he nods up on the steed. The steed's not real.
The steed's not real.
Like
So
my face
you're
before, I'm not trying to trick you with it.
you're sitting on an illusion. Great. If you can touch it and you can ride it and it's not real, then what does that make you?
You can touch it. You can feel it. Then it's real.
It makes you crazy. Let's go.
He looks away and starts mumbling. If you can touch it, you can feel it. It's real.
All right.
He trots after.
Well, point your way. I'm not. You got a horse now. You're the one leading the pack. I just have to make sure you get there safely now at this point.
Thought we were depending on your nose.
Again, I'm not an earth elemental. I'm not some sort of earth spirit. I don't know why you keep thinking. I smelled you because you smelled like the material plane, since I now know what the material plane is called. You smelled not like a fae. You smelled faintly like autumn, but you didn't smell like fae.
Well, do I? So we were headed this direction, right?
Yeah.
Do I know where the city is? Like,
You've never been there, but you did know that your party was traveling east.
we continue east.
I mean, you know where you were at, if that's what you're asking. You know where you were at before this,
Okay,
yeah.
Then I just continue going to where we were at.
Yeah. So,
Pick up the trail from there.
I mean, honestly, it's shit. What's your guys' passive stealth? No, never mind. It's an hour. You guys would have been able to get back in time. So, you guys, we will cut back to the cart as Kaioken and Xixis return back to the cart. The cart tent, lean to ramshackle.
Boys, companion started daydreaming while she was reading a book.
That's great. Hey, there's a big giant motherfucker eating whole horses out there, and he's coming this way.
Holy shit.
We need to hide or do something. Get into battle permissions.
Xixis and Kaioken, you guys both would look at Keksi and see that she is like unblinking, staring at a page, and you see this like piece of landmass on this page as she's just
Readings for nerds, so I'm gonna just start shaking her.
readings for nerds. Yeah. So Keksi, just as you were placing your Imaginarium tokens down where they go, he really goes, interesting. You feel yourself go, and you are back.
Jesus.
There's a big guy coming here. He's eating whole horses. We gotta go, or we gotta fight him. What do you want to do? More decisions. Make them.
I'm just trying to breathe. I close the book and I put it, safely tucked on my person, and I'm like, my sword was still close to me from from when the guy was there, so I swing it up like we're in a small enclosed area.
Listen, this is what I saw. There was a knighted rider in shiny armor, and he was controlling this helpless monster. He was giant, and he had one big old eyeball, and he was coming right for us.
I would know what a one-eyed monster could possibly.
Oh yeah, Cyclops.
Or a penis.
I know what a one-eyed monster.
Or a penis. That sounds like a Cyclops.
Yeah, why is it here? Why is it coming for us? We've already had a strange morning. It's probably afternoon about right now.
Kaioken was saying, blah, 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 blah. There's something coming. We got to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or get ready.
Or get ready.
I'm putting all my stuff together. I'm getting my armor on.
All right.
I'm like, that sounds like a Cyclops. Why? They're not common.
Right. So Cyclops, you have no idea whether or not they're common here. They're actually really common in the Fae. They're just one of the regular races. Like they're not like autumn specific or winter specific, but they're around.
They're like how rats are everywhere, you know.
It's fucking rude. So, are you guys just bracing for impact, or are you guys actually gonna like try to get out and leave, or what?
If Xixis gets back, I'm gonna try and help him to get on top of the rock itself, like climb him up on top of the oh god, I'm busy. See if I can get him into an advantageous position on top of the rock. Oh, here's another one.
Come on, do it, do it, do it, do it.
It'll come in like 3 seconds.
So, give me an athletics check. Xixis, also give me an athletics check because both of you guys need to. Keksi, you're just getting ready for whatever's coming. It's a Cyclops and a rider.
Getting my armor back on. Off that dawn.
Deus, you're not riding with this guy, right? You're on your horse.
Yeah, I'm on the horse right now.
Okay. Well, his walking speed is 60, right? But yours is, I think, what, 60 or 40?
Oh no, it's all right, here's 60.
Okay. So, Kaioken, yeah, you're able to launch him. Xixis, you kind of grab a hold. You start to like kind of slip because you're not strong, and this thing is like 30 feet up. Luckily, Kaioken's able to launch you about 25 feet because he's a fucking monster.
Oh, even if we like walked him up the
Oh yeah, well, both of you guys probably wouldn't likely be able to fit up there because it like you weigh 400 pounds canonically. So I don't know if like 400 plus Xixis weighs another 300 because he's made out of metal.
Yeah. We just destroy it. So yeah. Never mind.
So I assume that you're just gonna like shot put him up, and he's gonna try to grab onto the first handhold, and he kind of starts to slide back, but he grabs it and is able to kind of hoist himself up. If you want to make me a stealth roll, Xixis, to not be seen up there, and we can use that as a DC for a perception check. So, Deus, you and Brenna are going down south. You're in the area. You're about. You're heading towards it. You can see the break in the clouds to the south about another half a day or so, give or take. The rest of you guys would see this too. You would recognize that you are in the final throes of a storm as you guys all are approaching. And Deus, you come around. You and Brenna walk around the back of this. Right. So, is it that rock over there? The big 30-foot tall boulder that you've seen. You recognize it as you guys are coming up, like approaching.
You don't have to try to throw every rock we see.
Well, that wasn't the idea. I don't know. I could probably try because he's about 20 feet tall. So this thing is still bigger than him. But he's like, all right, well, I suppose this is coming to the end of it then, eh? As you guys kind of come around the side of this thing, and you see everybody inside would hear poof, 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 getting like louder and louder and louder. Deus, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna like put my hand on him and slow down.
All right. Both. Go ahead and make me a perception check at disadvantage because you're still in the heavy rain. Right. Right. Not too shabby. Yeah, with a fucking -2, I'll just say he's gonna fail it anyway. Xixis, you are hidden enough. Wait, did you make me that? Yeah, you did. 12. All right. So, it meets. Deus, you see Xixis laying down on top of the rock. When Xixis was trying to get a good vantage point, was he having a weapon ready or no?
No, I feel like because honestly, besides my Eldritch Cannon stuff, like I don't really have any like weapons on
Besides
me.
your crossbow?
Besides my crossbow, but that would remain on my back considering I was trying to like climb up onto this rock.
Well, I did say that you had the ability to stealth, which meant like you got up there and you were able to get into place. Otherwise, I would have had you still climbing up as he came around. But yeah, you were able to do your preparations. But if you're not having a weapon out or anything, then that's fine too.
Yeah, I would say no.
So Deus, you would see this. It's probably about 40-50 feet away and then 30 feet up as you guys are coming around.
We should move tokens around so we can get a better idea.
Oh, all right. Here, let's go into what you guys are gonna assume is gonna be combat mode. Sure.
I mean, it just gives a better. So we're looking at the camp screen,
right?
We were looking at the other screen,
right?
So I was like standing out there, and then you're narrating all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, maybe people want to move.
Can you guys not move your tokens?
I can. I already did.
Oh, Amanda's trying to do a thing. Yep, click on the arrow. There you go. I'll delete this. All right. Let me bring up the old Cyclops. Deus would be coming up. Is this about right? Right here? Yeah, that's about right. All right. Give me one sec. Where did he go? All right, I have this one on hand. I'm just gonna. What's up? All right. Yeah, I was trying to do something slightly more narrative, but yeah, I know. We got a ticking time bomb for a baby who's kind of awake, but not really all the way awake yet. So that's why I'm like, but we're also running down to like the end of this. So, all right, yep, all right.
Huge.
And he covers. There we go. As he's here, and he's here on his horse. Is your horse considered? Never mind. Doesn't matter. So as you guys are coming around this side, Keksi remains underneath the wagon for the moment. Hopefully she gets back in time. What do you guys want to do? Zinch, where are you at, bud?
I have no fucking clue right now. Because I am like half of asleep.
Yeah, I figured.
Been seeing it, yeah.
Yep.
I think Zinch would just move out. If I
can you control him or no?
No, I can now. Okay. We're not in actual combat, correct?
We are not in combat. That's why I was trying to stay away from the map. Because I'm like, it's the first thing people are going to think of. But this is happening how it's happening. So you tell me. When you guys all approach. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
He'd move up to this corner.
No, I know I can talk.
And just observe for now.
Okay. Now you can talk.
Alright, I just see... Fuck, I don't even remember what I saw now. Xixis, right? Xixis?
Yep.
Yeah.
Crixus.
So I just see Xixis. Xixis, is that you?
And I sort of like I'm like laying down on top of this rock, so I sort of like lift my head up. I'm like, Deus?
Oh, damn, Brenna. We did it. We found my group. If Xixis is around, the rest must be.
All right.
And I sort of like stand, like sort of like prop myself up and like stand up and like turn back around and yell to the others, like, you guys, it's Deus. It's just Deus.
I can only assume that you guys are gonna like make your presence known.
Yeah, I will do that by Haka intimidation checking while I rage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me intimidation.
At advantage?
Oh, you want to use your strength?
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna rage first, and then you're
Yes.
gonna use an intimidation check, and that will be at advantage. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I take back what I said.
Why?
Because I forgot I have a very bad intimidation.
Well, you're using it as strength.
So I'd use it as athletics or just straight strength?
No. Are you proficient with intimidation?
No.
Okay, so then just a strength check, and then add your proficiency. Or no, don't add your proficiency. Just do a strength check.
Great. Twice?
Yeah, and then take the higher of the two.
Oh, 15. That's really bad for a wasted.
Right.
All I'm trying to do is ward off the big beast.
Boy.
Like I'm a honey badger going.
Come meet my friend Bruno here.
Do me a favor and roll me a 2d6, and that is going to be his reaction. Oh.
1 and 1.
I see a 6 and a 6 making a 12.
That's weird.
Oh, I see two. I see two.
I see a 1 and a 1.
I see two rolls here. On roll 20.
Weird.
Did you roll on roll 20 or did you roll on D&D Beyond?
I did on roll 20.
Yeah, I see two rolls. You only did it once?
I might have clicked it twice because I don't think it like went the first time. So.
All right.
That's insane.
Yeah, let's redo that because those are two wildly different reactions that you get out of him.
That's kind of crazy.
So one more time. 11.
All right. He looks at you and he goes, "That's cute." And you see, like he's like missing some teeth as he smiles. His gums are all like slick and like inflamed and shit. He's just like a really disturbing creature to behold. He's like, look at him. He's got his hackles up. It's funny. And you see he just kind of like from his hip, he brings out this club that is like taller than you are.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Are you sure this is what you want?" Now, technically, Deus, my job is done if you're saying Ace is your companion up on the rock.
These are all my companions.
Right, so my job here is done, technically.
You have fulfilled your end of the bargain, Bruno. Yes.
True. Therefore, the rest of whatever happens here is all up to me, right? So, I am inclined
As my friend Brenna, I hope that you could just turn and walk away and we can part as friends.
Right. As I was saying, I've got this inflated ego in front of me, trying to scare me. It's real cool. I get it. As your friend, I understand. Now, as my friend, You ought to tell that grey floppy thing down there that I just got done eating a horse. So a man is more like an appetizer to someone like me.
Yeah, but the horse tastes better too. Hang on. I'm gonna write out.
Alright. So you see. Yep, exactly.
Kaioken, thank you, but that is Brenna, and he has saved my life and brought me back here to you.
Oh, I thought you were like a mysterious rider controlling that big monstrous.
That is a Cyclops.
Yeah, he's a
And
big
his name is Brenna.
big boy Brenna. I like it. Brenna, you eat how many horses you eat? I seen you eat one. How many did you fit down your gullet?
Well,
Don't get him started.
seeing as how hunger is new for me, as is many experiences on this plane of yours, I found that I can put down a horse and a half in one go. Bones and all.
Hungry?
Are you offering?
Yeah, we got loads of meat.
Oh, I thought you were offering for me to eat you. You were sitting there doing a weird dance.
Oh,
I
you were a
thought
big
it
bad
was...
guy. I was trying to scare you off. Did that not work?
No,
Oh.
no. I'm sorry.
My giant kin, that's like a way we taunt each other, and sometimes if there's enough of us, there's only one of me, but
Right.
more people it works really good.
It would have been intimidating. This is true.
What is that smell?
Sorry.
Something.
We had some troll for breakfast.
Oh, you cooked the troll.
Some of it, yeah.
And you ate
Remember I
it.
told you about cooked meat.
You ate
Then-
troll. What's up, Xixis?
And as I hear him like talk about like he offered him food, and then Deus is saying like, what did you guys just eat? I'm like rummaging through my bag, and I feel like I'm at like eye level with him, right?
You're a little bit taller than him, yeah. You're about 10 feet
okay.
taller than him.
I'd reach in my bag of holding and pull out I have cooked mystery meat.
Oh, is that from the salted meat that... Oh no, that was the cooked mystery meat that was on the table.
Yes. So
Or are you just gonna like offer it to him?
Yeah, I pull it out because he said, like, I know he was talking to Kaioken, but I pulled that out and I was like, we have or you can try this. It's already cooked.
Well, that's great. I am quite full. I did just eat 1 1/2 horses.
You were so hungry you could eat a horse.
It was my first time being hungry.
Bah.
You guys would hear Deus laughing, who up until then has been all in his feels. Because tonight will be the night.
I will fall for you.
Right?
You
I knew it. I knew you had to finish that part at least, right?
Well, Brenna, thank you for returning our friend. Was that your goal, or are you gonna come hang out and be chummy?
Can I attempt to stop him?
Attempt to stop him who from what?
Kaioken from thanking him.
How would you attempt to stop Kaioken from talking?
He was just talking about play wrestling. I know I'd kind of jump on him and be like,
Play wrestling?
Haka dance.
He wasn't talking about play wrestling.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You're hearing different things, man. I just asked him if that was his goal to bring.
How would you stop him?
Yeah,
Maybe interrupt him.
Are you within my melee range?
Not like attack interrupt, like I'm gonna talk over him. I kind of interrupt his speech.
He's gonna get naked and play wrestle.
Let's see. So this'll basically be some sort of a check. I don't know whether it's gonna be. How about you both roll initiative?
Okay.
Or actually, let's see. Hold on a sec, because he was talking. Hold on a sec, because he was talking, right?
in the middle of talking.
So-
saying, thank you for bringing our friend. Or are you coming here to just hang out with us? Is what I was saying.
Damn, I don't know how to do this, because he's like, unless you're gonna like try to like physically like stop him, or because you blah, 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 like doing that, like
We'll be like, so say what you said again.
I said, Brenna, was this your goal to bring Deus to us, or are you coming
before
to
that
be
you said
chummy?
thank you for bringing our friend, right?
Yeah, thank you for bringing our friend.
Thank you, Sky and the Earth, for letting us meet each other again.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah, let's do the initiative thing. Sorry, reroll Kaioken because I had you. I'm sorry.
Ooh, not much better.
All right,
6.
much better.
Mine are always horrible too. Oh my
He's
god.
got a -1. All right.
Nice.
So you are so you go to say thank you, and as you're beginning to talk, Deus goes "Bah, bah, bah, bah," in front of your face.
And then I'm gonna whisper, don't thank the Cyclops. I'll explain later.
You're acting rather weird. No, he doesn't say that. Okay, he just goes, that was rude.
That was rude. Thank you, Brenna.
Right. You are very welcome. Now, how will you be thanking me?
Dave sighs. You can get out of the way.
You see, sir, you have shown me gratitude. And he's like looking at you expectantly.
You talking to me or Deus?
You, yeah, you. Kaioken.
Well, I said you cook your meal, so when you're hungry, that's all I got.
Is that
Right.
your deal?
Yeah, I'm a pretty good cook.
I'm feeling rather, what's the word? Easygoing. I'll take that deal. And he puts his hand out that is like almost your whole size.
Yeah, I'll do that and
Shakes his
hand.
hand. All right, we've struck ourselves a bargain. You thank me, and you thank me by cooking me a meal.
I hope you're ready. Xixis, where's our bait? And I go into the tent and check on the fire. Is there any fire going?
Dude, it's out.
Oh fuck!
It was out this morning when the dude showed up. Like it was like to embers.
Hey, Zinch, you got any torches?
Oh, give me 1 second to go look through my stuff.
I like how everybody has the same accent now.
Right.
Yeah, I kept getting lost in it.
Yeah.
It's infective.
Infective.
I
That's
got a
right.
tinderbox.
Yeah, we need wood. All right, well, we'll just do this. Let's start tearing down the side of the lean-to that we made,
All right.
and then make like a bigger fire pit. Like, oh, it's still raining,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess we'll just like pull down as much as we need to of the thing that we created for the shelter, and then I will druid craft, because that is non-material component. Fire. Well, I guess I could just do my tinderbox. So I just do my tinderbox.
Wait, didn't Xixis end up giving you a component pouch?
Nope, he never did.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
he did, because you did
Okay.
cast Pass Without a Trace.
Oh, that's right. That's
So
right.
go
I
ahead and
thought
add a
you-
component pouch to your inventory.
Sick. I completely missed that part because I was like, wow, this is. I'm just gonna have to do it with this thing. All right. Well,
Yeah, 'cause-
regardless, it's not a component for Druidcraft to start a flame.
Okay.
But I'll-
The only reason why I say that is because I don't know if you have spells that can do a bigger flame. I know some spells are like, oh, only a small flame or a torchlight. Other ones like create bonfire. Done.
No.
You know what I mean? But yeah. So you start a flame back up in the brush that you've done. It's really, really smoky because it's really, really wet. This is like soaked. It's been soaked for however many days. And you're able to get a flame going. You want to give me that cooking check?
Yes, I do. As soon as Xixis brings me the meat. Xixis, bring me the meat. I need the meat. You got all the salted meat.
As they're cooking, I'm gonna
Deus, entertain our guests.
Are you saying I'm your guest? He looks at you very, very like, because if you say that out loud, he like immediately hones in on that. Am I your guest? That is what you said, right?
Kyle's going through his mind palace of Fey knowledge.
No, he says that to Kaioken.
Yeah, I'm making you some food, so I don't want you to be bored while I'm cooking it.
Perfect. I'm a guest. And he sits down, lays down, puts his hands back, and goes, oh, this is great. I mean, guest rights are so easy, but host rights are so complex. I don't know how you do it.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
As I like come down.
All right, I need help with this one. We gotta make this one really good so he goes away.
All right, I'll help. Just
So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this extra special. We're gonna do all of the salted meats and the 10 pounds of the troll meats together.
What
So just watch me do this.
stinks?
Maybe not the troll meats. I think
Oh, You see him sniffing around as he's laying there. He's like,
how
well,
much troll meat? I mean, how much normal meats we got?
we had like 20 pounds of the.
Oh,
salted meat.
that's probably just enough. All right, help me cook this.
Okay.
So it's already salted, so we don't need any more salt. So we just gotta sear it real hot.
oh, did you guys make that cooking check? If you're doing it together, right?
Yeah, together.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to do separate checks or do you want to do with advantage? Oh, real quick, everybody, give yourself inspiration. This has been a great role-playing session.
Okay. I'm fine with individual, so it makes it seem like we're both like trying to cook a lot of food really fast.
Right. Does anybody want to use their inspiration to gain expertise?
Ooh, I do. Immediately.
Or I don't know. Maybe there's you can either do advantage, you can do expertise, or well, even if you don't have proficiency, you can still gain a temporary expertise in it, which would just be adding double your or a hint, but that's not really. I mean, that could actually never mind. That is a hint. Yeah,
I will burn my inspiration for the hint that he doesn't like troll meat.
No. I'll give you a hint that you are going to like that would be worth an inspiration, not one that you can basically already know, right?
Okay.
If you want to burn it for the hint.
I'm fine with advantage rolling just for my cooking, and then like a group roll for Xixis and I.
What?
Is that not what you're saying? Because
No.
he's cooking his portion of meat, and I'm cooking my portion of meat.
So you guys are gonna make 2 individual cooking checks,
right?
And you want to do yours with advantage.
With my inspiration.
With inspiration.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it. Both of you guys give me cooking checks, and then Kaioken at advantage.
Oh, damn it. I shouldn't have burned my inspiration.
Holy crap.
Whoa. Everything just went blank for me. Hold on a sec. That was really weird.
27 and a 14 on my first roll was a 27.
Nice.
And then I got a 17.
All right, Kaioken, go ahead. Actually, both of you guys go ahead and roll me a D100. And you're cooking what? You're cooking all of the meat that you have?
Salted meat, not the troll meat.
Salted meat.
Because there was 2 instances where he was like, troll meat, ew, what stinks? And that's why I was like trying to say, can I use my...
You're not entirely certain that it was the troll meat that he was saying what stinks.
That's a good point. So you said 1D100?
Yes, both of you guys roll me a 1D100. Or a D100. What's up?
I would probably tell him, don't cook the troll meat. Because I know he doesn't like troll meat.
He did say when you I think you said get the troll meat or whatever. He was like, you cook troll meat, and he looked disgusted. But Xixis rolled
that. Yeah.
Was that custom roll? Was that your D100 right there? You got a 7?
I see an 83.
I see an 83.
Xixis, I see. It says on my screen. It says Kaioken custom roll 7. 1 minute ago. No? Okay.
I don't see that.
Kaioken says 92, and then I rolled an 83.
Oh, okay, cool. Never mind then. So the salted meats. You guys cook it up.
I say, Kaioken, could you possibly let our guests try those berries, those delicious berries?
I got any more berries? I just say I'm cooking. Because I'm like, I don't have any berries.
As you guys are talking about this, would it be understandable for Keksi to come around the corner?
Yeah, that makes sense. As we're like pulling firewood off to the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Bruno.
Cook, sexy, cook.
So Kaioken and Xixis are making a bunch of food for this Cyclops that is now laid down. He goes, what smells? What is Keksi doing?
God.
Oh, I kind of missed stuff, so I don't really know what's happening right
No,
now.
that's what's happening. That's what I'm asking. Like,
so they just approached and they're like, oh, hey.
More or less.
Okay.
But Keksi has been over on the other side of that rock.
I don't really have anything.
All right. Well, then in that case, if she's going to remain over on that side, then never mind.
Bruno.
Yes, boss.
What would you say is the most important thing to a young warrior?
For a young warrior, the most important thing is... And that's where we're going to end it tonight.